Hey, what's up? It's your girl Yobi, and I'm rocking out with the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. Tune in.
I am the brother Burnz, as I said earlier. This is episode 70 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast.
70.
To the left of me, as always, I have the brother VS.
VS to the OP, you know what it be, man.
On the check-in, we got the brother Bludshot.
What's Gucci, my bros? Happy
Hey.
Saturday, man. We in the house.
Happy
what it
Father's Day to both y'all brothers.
Yeah, same to you, my brother.
Likewise, kid.
Today in studio, we have singer, songwriter, supermodel, soon enough,
Artist.
poet, artist,
Writer.
Dog Mommy,
Oh, dog mom.
Brooklyn representative,
BK rapper.
Yobi. Welcome.
Thank you for having
How are you? How you feeling?
me. I'm alive, I'm well, I'm healthy.
Absolutely.
You look well.
Thank you for
What you
being
exfoliate.
can ask for.
Thank you. Regular facials.
Don't
That's
let
nice.
you didn't let the traffic bring down your energy,
That's
your
right.
mood, so that's awesome.
I spent, like I was telling y'all, 2 hours in New York traffic. It's rough.
Traffic is back.
Yeah.
Rough.
Traffic
Yes,
Shit,
yes.
man.
That's all, I made a joke the other day. I was like, man, bring back phase 1 traffic, y'all.
Word.
COVID phase 1
Traffic,
traffic was like,
flight
That was amazing.
prices,
word,
and
word.
gas prices too. Actually.
Oh, gas is out of
Everything.
control
I'll
right
Yeah.
now.
take
gas
all
is
3 of
sick right
those.
now,
bring
yeah.
bring all
It's
that
almost
back.
$4 in New York. I'm like, what
Yeah,
is
it's like 3
going-
over here.
Oh my God,
Crazy.
yo.
That's crazy.
Bring it
Everything's up. Everybody's outside. They
Yeah.
made outside mad more expensive.
Yeah, that's the
Yep.
other thing
I
too.
don't
Basically,
wanna
like,
be
oh, you want to
outside.
come back? Oh, we got something for you. Bang! We're
Yeah.
gonna tax everything.
Tax out the
Word
wazoo.
up.
Ridiculous.
No.
They're going to make sure they make up for.
Mm-hmm. For not
All
having
money's
that.
lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna recoup on everything for sure.
Of course,
Definitely.
of course.
Like I said, shout out to all the graduates. School is over.
Uh-huh.
Everybody graduating. High
Yes.
school, college, 8th grade,
Congratulations.
middle school, kindergarten graduates, all
Mm-hmm.
the kids. Make sure y'all out there protecting these kids, whether they're yours or not.
That's right.
Facts.
Children of the future.
Today we celebrate Juneteenth, y'all.
That's right.
Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.
I'm gonna ask y'all this:
Go ahead.
how y'all feel
About Juneteenth?
about Juneteenth? Because I'm conflicted. You know what I mean?
How so? Please elaborate.
I believe it was Malcolm X
Mm-hmm.
who said that the government will supply us with meaningless symbols of equality, but never actual equality. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
So Juneteenth,
Like the
it-
facade
it's
of
signed
equality,
in as a
but not-
holiday, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Before we get to Juneteenth, can we get to proper Black history being taught in schools? Can we get to police violence being brought down?
That should be number one.
Word.
There are 15 states right now currently that are legally not allowed to teach you about Juneteenth.
That's crazy. I heard, I think it's Florida, one of them.
There's 15 of them. Think of the 15 most racist is them.
I think
so
I read
probably
one of
Florida,
them.
Alabama
Sorry.
got to be in there. Texas might be. What happened?
No, I'm pointing
You
at
pointed-
him.
Oh yeah, Mook Trump down there.
Yeah.
First of
Trumpy.
all,
Trumpito.
that name is dead.
Fact.
Second of all, I got nothing to do with the Florida school system.
Magamook
so
over there.
it's all good. It's light.
But
It's
how
light.
do y'all feel? Let's let the guest.
Go ahead. Yeah, the guest can answer first.
You know, I feel like I don't think it's a bad thing. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing. I really don't.
No, I don't think it's a bad thing.
I don't
I'm glad
think-
we got
I
something.
mean, I at the end of the day, like, I feel like they do feed us things to kind of like shut us up or whatever the case may be. But, you know, it is nice to have something to celebrate in terms of knowing, you know, when slavery actually ended, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, we have Juneteenth, you know, they have Cinco de Mayo, they have like, you know, so
Yeah.
now we can have something to
Exactly.
celebrate.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. The good thing is that it brings awareness and it brings people together.
yeah,
That's the good thing. The bad thing is what Malcolm X said. Don't get caught up in the hype
exactly.
and then the commercialization of it. You understand what I'm saying? That they'll do anything for you to spend your money.
Oh yeah, T-shirts. I'm
All that,
seeing.
yeah, all
you
that.
know, like it's addict.
So
yeah.
it's good, like I said.
There's a Juneteenth event going on right now in Jersey City, in Lincoln Park.
Right. So there you go. So, and I'm sure there's gonna
That's
be
dope.
super merch out there and all that. So, like I said, it's good that it brings people together and brings awareness to what it actually means. But at the same time, don't get caught up in the hype. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
I read today that
Juneteenth doesn't end
Juneteenth.
racism, though.
That's
Right?
the other
It
thing.
doesn't end
No, it
racism.
doesn't.
It
It doesn't at
doesn't
all.
end it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. Yeah.
Something fucked up about Juneteenth.
Go
I
ahead.
read that it's not the day that slavery ended. Juneteenth is the day that slaves in Texas were told they were free 2 years after slavery.
Slavery actually ended.
Yeah. So it's even a fucked up holiday. Like,
It's like our guest just pointed
got
out, Cinco
bad
de Mayo.
roots,
Cinco
bro.
de Mayo is not a real Mexican holiday. They don't celebrate that in Mexico.
But everyone takes it as a day to go drink.
Yeah, of course. It gets, we're all Mexican.
do we get
hey!"
Cinco de Mayo off? No. Right?
No.
No.
What do you
Do
No,
we get
not at
Juneteenth
all.
off?
No.
No.
What do you
No
nuts?
way.
They're
Really?
trying to
Only,
actually.
I'm asking.
I know
Federal.
Georgia rejected that.
Yeah.
I
course
think
they did.
today or yesterday.
I'm
like
asking because I want to know.
It's supposed to be a federal holiday. It's supposed to be for federal employees. They're supposed to
Yeah.
have the day off.
But Georgia was
For
like,
Juneteenth?
Nope,
Yeah.
not having
Yeah,
it.
for Juneteenth.
See, they just
Yeah.
signed it in, right? This year, a few days ago. This is my conspiracy theory mind at work. They signed it in knowing Juneteenth lands on a Saturday this year, right? So they're like, let's sign it now. Boom, don't worry, everybody's off anyway. Then
Everybody's off anyway.
next year they'll renege it. Like, no, take
No,
that back. It's
yeah,
not a
take that
holiday.
back. Yeah.
Y'all gotta go to work.
We'll-
No,
we'll-
next
yeah.
year is a Sunday, so it'll still be alive. Next year, June 19th will be a Sunday, so it'll still be good. The following year, they were like, no, chill. Monday,
no, it's not
y'all go to
happening.
work.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to everybody celebrating. Shout out to all of us. And when I say us, and when I refer to us as we, blacks, browns, Latinos, minorities, we all come from the same place, y'all. Like,
Yep.
you
And
know,
it's not here.
yeah, another
Word.
thing I've read, we are all
Word.
separated by a boat stop. You know
That's
what I
what I
mean? So
mean.
Yeah.
if you're Dominican, you could have been Puerto Rican if you would have
Yeah.
got off the boat at the next stop. So.
Exactly.
know?
If your ancestors would have got off the
But
boat.
shout out to
Preach.
Juneteenth.
Word.
Shout out to all our ancestors. Shout out to everybody who made a difference. Shout out to everybody who's still out there making a difference, trying to get everything right.
Facts.
Shout out to the police who are actively doing the right thing, protecting and serving the people. Negative shout out, boo this man to all the fucked up cops, all the politicians.
wanna say something,
everybody
though.
that's trying to keep their foot on our necks. Go ahead.
Yes, I agree with those two sentiments, but at the same time, I want the good cops to actually come out and stop, like, agreeing or complying with the fuck shit that the bad cops are doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but it's fucking dangerous, bro. Like, I agree 1,000% with
Isn't that what you
you're
signed
saying.
up for? The danger?
Yeah, but
I hate
yeah.
when cops say that. Like,
From
No,
criminals.
not-
we
not
have
in
the
that-
hardest
not
job in
in
the
that
world. We
danger.
protect
Yeah,
people.
from
There you
criminals.
go,
Not in that
From
sentiment,
criminals.
though.
Some of
Not
the
in that
criminals you
sentiment.
work with them, fam.
Yeah.
So it's
Right,
the same.
and that's-
This is my point.
true
That's
story.
harder to take down and
Man,
protect
F all that.
yourself from.
For that. If enough quote unquote good cops did
cops.
step up, then this could be reversed. But they don't because they're bound by
Only-
that.
Only if they outnumber
the
bad
Fuck
cops.
out of here, B.
If they don't outnumber them, they're always gonna be fucked, bro. But
Yeah, I mean, they're on the good. As long as there's some good people, though, regardless, sometimes you can't expose yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at what happened with that lady that she stopped the dude, the cop, from killing the dude. She got fired. They didn't get no fucking retirement or nothing. 20 years later is when she finally get her retirement. You know what I'm saying? So these people get fucked over all the time. So they got to be good, but they got to know they do it the smart way. You know what I mean?
It's a corrupt system, bro. From the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
They got rid of slavery and just replaced it with this racist, systemic racism and the system that was created to just kind of keep it going under a different name. But
that's a whole other.
That's a deep combo. But shout out to Juneteenth. At least
Deep dive.
Step by step, y'all, little by little.
Yeah,
just keep fighting.
Yeah, some acknowledgement,
And
some
shout out to cousin Jose, Bloodshot's cousin, lieutenant in the NYPD.
Yes.
One of the good ones.
Yes,
one of the good people.
ones.
I got to see him last week. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him, yeah.
Now let's get to our lovely guest, Miss Yobi. I want to ask you.
Oh boy.
Because I believe Saturday mornings are the best times to listen to music. I could be wrong. This is personal opinion. I think Saturday mornings, for some reason, like, music just hits different. Who in your house played the music on Saturday mornings?
My mother.
Mom Dukes?
Yep.
Was she the one putting you on to, different kinds of music?
Yeah.
She was your main supplier?
Yeah, my mother, she was always playing like Aretha Franklin, Mary J. Blige, and she was a singer and a poet, but then she had injured her voice, so she couldn't sing anymore. So yeah, music was like definitely a staple for her. So every Saturday morning we would have like kind of like a ritual. Like, she would make breakfast for everybody, and we would just be blasting music.
Of course.
All day, pretty much.
Was it a big family?
I have 3 older brothers and me.
Oh, wow.
You're
I'm
the only
baby.
girl?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're super protected.
Oh yeah, you're straight. Yeah, you're straight. You got 3
3 older brothers.
bodyguards.
Let me move a little bit.
Back up.
Nah, that's dope though.
No,
Shout out to
came in
moms
handy
for
growing
sure.
up.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did mom continue to write after her vocal?
It wasn't, you know what it is? She loved music, but she didn't want to be in it or do it. Her passion was, as crazy as it sounds, crazy people. She ended up being a psychotherapist.
Nice.
So yeah, so like her thing was like the mind. She wanted to know how it works and why people do what they do. That was what really fascinated her more than anything. So she ended up going that route.
Okay.
So in my family, ultimately, I'm the only one that's more creative in the arts, but I know I get it from her.
Right.
So
musically inclined. Yeah.
A wise man once said, "Everybody's a little bit crazy."
It's facts.
You know
yeah,
who
I
that was?
believe that.
Yeah.
In some kind of way, I do.
Wasn't it Einstein?
No, me. I made that shit up.
No, I ain't the same.
I swear I did.
No. I've heard that before though. Like
No, we're all a little nuts.
like everybody has their little, quirks. Yeah.
And I mean, put in the
It's about how far you go with it.
situation,
How far you go with it.
No, but put in the situation, you might have to go super crazy, full blown crazy.
Word up.
You know what I mean?
Word up.
As a parent, you know what I mean? If something your child is in danger,
something happened to your
or
child,
something,
you
you're
gonna go crazy.
100% psycho murderer. Yeah,
You're gonna bug out.
that's what I mean. So it's in all of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When did you realize that you had the passion for music?
I think I always knew it. I really got heavier into it when I realized, because I was writing poetry from a little girl. And when I wanted to start writing like music, I didn't really know what to do or how to do it or how to put it to music, because I didn't know anything about studios. I didn't know any of that. So my older brother, he used to, he wasn't into music either, but he used to always go to like the nearest like little corner store or whatever where they sold like mixtapes and instrumentals and stuff, and I would go with him. And I remember he would pick out what he wanted, and then I was reading, like I was like, oh, instrumental, so that's like beats, like. So I picked out one. He bought it for me, and I would just start writing to whatever was on there, and making up songs that like nobody would ever hear, but
but that's how you get it.
That's
but
how you
it
practice,
was me, just kind of like honing my craft, and then I'm like, oh wow, I just wrote a song. It might have like I know if I listened to it today, it's probably shit, terrible, awful, but you know, back then it was the root. Yeah, so it was like it helped me grow that way and really go somewhere with it and say, okay,
the
I can
evolution.
do this. Yeah.
You still have any of those songs?
I don't know where they are. I think my mother threw them out.
What?
Oh man.
It's like me and my mother with my drawings. All my drawings that I ever drew. I used to draw big posters and everything from comic books. My mother threw all that stuff
You
out.
know?
When I went to Virginia,
that's it. Once I moved out and with that, my mother cleaned out everything. Like,
at least y'all got to wait till y'all moved out. My mom was on some. If it's done not where it belongs, I'm throwing it out today. I don't care what it is.
That's hilarious.
But I was gonna say, you mentioned going to the store and like looking for mixtapes and stuff. I miss that shit, y'all.
They don't have that.
Yeah, I miss going to Canal Street and looking for albums. Pardon me, RAA. I was getting all the bootlegs, and sometimes you'd find like something you weren't expecting. You know what I mean? And you'd be like, oh shit, they got this bootleg. Hell yeah!
Yeah, I'm taking this.
Yeah, like I just miss
CDs.
like music stores. Period.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
The vinyl
like
stores,
I just miss going into those type of places.
I remember going into Virgin
Virgin.
and spending hours in there like it was a library.
Like 3 floors?
Oh yeah, it was huge. It was
4 floors.
Nah. Shout out to Nobody Beats the Wiz, man.
That's super throwback.
Dude, that was the spot.
Hell yeah, all that shit, bro. I miss coconuts. I think there was one coconuts.
Coconuts.
What
was the other one? Was it FYE?
FYE for your entertainment.
Yeah.
I miss all that shit, bro.
Yeah, no more.
Like you can't even find
all that stuff is
records like that anymore.
It's in the palm of your hand.
Everything is digital.
It's not. It'll never be the same.
Oh, of course not.
Holding it and
never.
Oh, I gotta get to the whip. Like, ripping that shit.
It's not the same,
and then the credits.
Nah. Hell no.
Oh man.
No, like I remember buying an album and being excited to open it up and like look at the track list and
who
like
produced it, the picture.
and then like they would have like the little like I don't know, was some type of
like the thank yous and the
at
acknowledgements.
the end. I used to like to read that.
Like
being a kid, like I'm reading that. You can't get that now.
No, hell no.
Today's kids will never know nothing about that.
My thing also was the maxi singles. So you would get like a single for 99 cents. And you get the maxi singles with like 4 tracks, and you wouldn't get that on an album.
Yeah,
so
and you'd get the instrumental.
The remix too.
Yeah, you get the instrumental, the remix.
It's not the same no more. You're gonna get none of that now. You can forget it.
And back then, the music lasted longer. So you would
had a longer shelf life.
You would really study an album.
Right.
I know all the words. I know everything about this album. I've been listening to it for 2 years now. Yeah. And then the new one come out.
Yeah, and then now it's like you drop an album, it's like in a month is considered old. Yeah, now you gotta put something else out. Like that's crazy, you know?
That has to be exhausting, right?
It is.
As an artist?
It is. Like everything, and then like people always tell me like, you don't put out enough music, Yobi. You don't. I'm like, yeah, because technically you should be working a record for 9 months.
At least,
At least.
Correct.
And creating a record shouldn't be so easy. You know what I mean? Like,
no, everybody has made it easy.
That's what it is. Now, again, everything's right here in the palm of your hand. You can do everything at home now. You don't actually have to go to a studio. The studio is your last stop, and it's only to clean everything up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I still go to the studio just because I like the aesthetic of being in the studio.
The energy is different, right?
Yeah, I had a home studio that I recorded out of for years. And I always found myself, not all the time, but there would be some days where it's like when you know that your bed is in the next room.
Yeah, you just be like,
you'd be like,
that's me with anything.
I don't feel like doing this anymore.
I gotta go to work today. Chill.
Yeah, I could skip work. Yeah, it's right there anyway. I could get back there easily.
So it's like when you're in the studio, it's like an actual studio. You know, you have it's motivating. It's good energy, especially if you have your people in there with you. At home,
and you're there to work.
Yeah, at home it's like, oh God, like let me just go lay down for like 5 minutes. I'll come back to this. Next thing you know,
that 5 minutes
tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. You still haven't gotten in the studio.
Exactly.
And the creativity has to bounce. You know what I mean? Like off each other.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
True.
Definitely.
I've always loved that. They say steel sharpens steel. I've always loved that.
Yeah, if it's not a good vibe, you're definitely not gonna make good music at all.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And you said you record at
I record at Lounge Studios in Manhattan. Shout out to them.
yes, a beautiful setup that they have. Shout out to them. Yobi has posted pictures on her gram.
Yeah, it's my go-to
and
place.
Wow,
I'm
their
always in
view
there.
with the board, the way it's set up, it looks really
it's
dope.
really,
It looks really like
it's
you
a
could
dope
create
spot.
there,
Like I've spent a lot of time in there just kind of creating. And shout out to my engineer and producer Jesus. He's amazing. He's actually the one that produced the record I'm gonna play for y'all today. But Lounge is dope. It's a good spot. So
cool.
Do you recall your first studio experience?
Awful.
Hours.
Awful. It was just terrible. My very first studio experience was in Hempstead, Long Island. And it was actually a home studio, though. It was a home. Actually, no. Wait, let me think about that. Yeah, that was the first time I ever recorded. It was at a home studio. But my actual studio experience, oh, man, that was epic. Was epic. Was okay, so at the time I was working with these guys. I don't even remember their name. God forgive me. Sorry.
Shouts to them.
I'm sorry. Shout out to you guys.
No, not if the experience was terrible.
No. It was great. It was amazing.
Okay.
It was amazing.
Shout out to them then.
But it was just such a long, I don't really remember. But it was at Sony.
Okay.
When Sony was, where was Sony at the time? I don't even remember that either. But anyway, I was in Michael Jackson's studio, his personal studio.
Wow.
For your first?
For my first real session, it was
Talk
crazy.
about pressure.
It was
for
crazy.
real. Yeah,
It was crazy. And then I remember he had a shower in there. He had a whole living room. He had it was
it was like somebody's actual house.
Yes, it was insane. And then I remember I had all my papers because I'm a writer. I'm a writer.
Yeah, you don't do it on your
I don't
phone.
really do it.
Yeah.
The only time I do it on my phone is isolated times. But I like to see my words on paper. So even then, I was writing and I had all these papers all over the place. So I needed a stand. So the engineer was like, "Oh wait, I'll just go grab you Beyonce's stand." What? I'm like, "What?"
In Michael Jackson's room.
In Michael Jackson's room. What is happening here?
Walking out with the stand,
What's that bulge in your pants, sir? Nothing. I'm really happy to be here.
So it was definitely super. It was the dopest experience. It really was.
And you recorded that day?
Yeah, I recorded that day. I was a little bit more seasoned at that time, but my very first home studio, that was terrible. I didn't know how to sing on there. I didn't know what to do. I felt awkward. I'm like, I can't hear myself. It was just weird. It was really, really
Did they coach you through it though?
Yeah, they did, but I didn't know anything. And then I was very nervous. So when you're nervous, your voice is quivering and then you feel like, oh, I suck, I'm terrible. But it was definitely something I never want to hear.
But you made it through and you came
I made it
over.
through. I made it through.
Without that, you wouldn't be here.
That's true.
Exactly.
That is true.
And then you said you sometimes also record in Hackensack, right?
Yes, I do. Over at Universal Music Production Center.
Shout out to them
So
for sure.
shout out to Andre Betts. He owns the studio. He's a legend to me. He did Madonna, Jessica Simpson. He did a lot of people. So shout out to him.
Oh shit!
Also,
Hackensack, no
you're
doubt.
working with people and places, with a great lineage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
With a certain,
I'm very blessed in that sense. I'm so thankful that the people that have come into my life musically, just overall, everybody has been, legends in their own right.
Yeah.
So I'm just thankful to even be in that, in that path with them and learning from them and growing with them.
That's crazy.
And around what age was it that you started, actually going to the studio and recording? Still very young?
I was a freshman in college.
Okay.
Freshman in college. That's when I really said, okay, I want to try to do this. I wasn't good at it yet, but I said I wanted to try. I feel like I didn't get seasoned with it or find myself with it. I'd say maybe 4 years after school, after I got out of school, college. Because at that point, you're an adult. You could do whatever you want. I didn't have to, focus on, I got to make this test or I got to write this exam or whatever. You know what I mean?
Now you focus on
So
your
I was
craft.
able to focus. And, the road was rough.
Mm-hmm.
It still is at times, you know, but back then it was a bumpy road because, you know, you're encountering people that sell you dreams, you know? And you know, I've definitely been around that where it's like, oh, I could do this for you, I could do that for you. But the one thing I always told myself was to never, never feed into it.
Right.
You know, I always observed and studied what people say and how they move and what they do. And, you know, being that way back then basically just kind of like makes me who I am today.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't, it's not easy to sell me a dream. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah,
And I mean, has that increased over the years? Because I imagine with like social media, there's got to be like, I don't know, 100 people a day. Like, yo, I can make you the next Beyonce.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you know
people
what?
gassing you.
Yeah, you know, luckily I don't get too many of those because I think when people who do a lot of talking, they usually don't have any credentials
Right.
to back that up.
Right.
And you can catch that immediately.
Of course.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like you can usually tell the ones that are serious and really are about their hustle as opposed to the ones that just talk it and you know, because it sounds good.
Yeah.
True.
Pretty
Now,
words.
you've done some pretty dope collabs that I saw. So we did our research, obviously. Went through the whole YouTube, through the whole Apple Music. You did some dope collabs with, you did Jada and Styles P, I believe, on a record.
You know.
And then that record remixed with French.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you had a track with Mano.
Yes.
Do you have a fave collaboration so far?
My favorite one is me, Jim Jones, and Webstar.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That one, we remade 112 in you.
Yes.
That was my favorite one. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because, like, for one, I love the original.
Right.
So when Web came to me, it's like, I want you to remix this. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah.
So that's my favorite one.
Did you actually get to work with them in the actual studio?
No, they would send it to me,
Okay.
and then we would link after.
Oh, okay. Hey, but
So,
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
because like a lot, you know, everybody's traveling, everybody's doing stuff.
True.
So at that time, it was just like everything was all over the place.
Okay.
But we made it happen. So
Yeah.
That's the beauty of today's technology.
Yeah. You don't have to actually be there.
It's like
Give and take.
good and bad.
Yeah. Give and
You know what I
take,
mean? Because I always think artists in the studio together, like,
Oh, yeah.
again,
Of
the
course.
energy,
Definitely.
the creativity,
Definitely.
you bounce ideas off each other and it comes out better.
definitely.
But with technology, I mean, you could be in Alaska,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I'll be in
and they
Jersey, and
could-
we'll collab on a track.
They'll be
Yeah, we're
exactly
doing
like
it-
they could
look
be
how
like
we're
this,
doing it.
you know,
For real.
and still be in the room.
I had a question because you spoke about the negative aspects of working with people and going to these labs and things like that. But I wanted to know, is there anything that you learned from going to these labs, like going to, you know, the lab at Hackensack, going to the one in Manhattan, things that you can remember that you've picked up on that you didn't previously know?
Well, I do know how to record myself to an extent, you know,
Right.
and that's something that most artists I feel like should kind of know.
Know your levels.
Yeah, like so I know what I want to sound like. Like I know when something doesn't sound right in my
you
ears, I
should
can
sound
tell
like,
you to
right.
turn this down and put this up, or you know, which is
Okay.
very important because you want to know what you're doing when you're in the booth. You like you because once you're in the booth, it's really that's your job to like kind of like direct, you know, let the engineer know what
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
do.
because only you hear
Yeah.
what
So,
you wanted.
I've
Yeah.
definitely picked that up, like being in the studios, like knowing, okay, I want you to raise this up, take this down. I can't hear myself. Put my headphones, like things, like little technical stuff.
Technical, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you still have the home studio?
I don't,
Oh, you don't?
because when I moved, a lot of stuff kind of like got messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like don't ever. I mean, be careful of the moving companies you hire. Let's just say that.
Oh, hell yeah. I hire my homeboys.
Yeah. They're pretty good, actually. They usually do it just like any job.
Pretty cheap.
Pretty
Yeah.
cheap. Within 8 hours, it's usually a 6-pack and some pizza.
It's
You're
a
good to go.
pizza. There you
I'm
go.
telling you. So
Listen,
I am
my
in the
wife-
process of fixing it though.
Good, yeah,
Like
bring
and
that back.
recreating
True.
it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say my wife is still looking for a Louis bag that she lost when she moved down.
Oh my
For
god.
real?
We hired some movers. Yeah, Louis bag and a Coach bag that I bought her.
Dang.
Yeah,
Oh, they took
something
it.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
They took
absolutely.
it.
There's a diesel mover right now walking around with a Louis bag.
Yeah, exactly. Right,
No,
right,
he
right.
sold it.
Yeah.
He
I don't
put-
know. It's
he put that-
2021. These guys
You never know.
I don't put nothing past nobody. These
Yeah.
people are
Weirdos
weirdos.
out here,
You got a
They're
big
out here.
Uzi Vert and shit.
For real.
walking around.
Fucking big Uzi jerk and
Hey,
shit.
whatever floats your boat.
Exactly. Rock on.
Word.
Are there any dream collabs?
Dream collabs. Well, Jadakiss was always a dream collab for me, so it happened. So, I'm thankful for that.
Yes, shout out to that track. That track is fire, man. Track.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
with the
Word
representative.
up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
We were actually
The
listening to
flip.
that earlier. Man.
Dream collabs. Who do I? As of right now, I don't really think I have any. I really don't. And I think that's just because I'm in album mode right now because I'm working on my project. So it's
Are you really?
Yeah. So I don't really. I don't know. I don't really have any dream collabs. That's crazy.
Oh,
That's
How about a
crazy.
producer, maybe?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or
Oh,
maybe a
Timbaland.
producer.
Oh, Timbaland. Okay,
Timbaland.
so that's a collab right there.
She didn't even have to
Timbaland.
think about
Yeah,
that one.
She just
Timbaland.
she
Yeah,
had that one.
facts.
You know?
Timbaland off top. Timbaland.
Yeah, he's
Why?
Timbaland. He's incredible.
Why not?
Timbaland,
No, I
hello.
know.
He's
I just had to ask.
insane.
Let me slap you. Take that back.
I would like to work with Drake though. I do love Drake.
Mm.
I definitely that's a dream
Drake's number one
collab.
fan right here.
Oh, for sure.
That's
I'm
definitely
the
a
original
dream
Drake.
collab.
Drake is that's my son.
You fake. Shut up.
Drake is definitely dope.
Nah, Drake is cool.
Drake is the only artist whose album rollout is just him walking around living his life, walking with his kid, going to little basketball
Facts.
games.
Facts.
That's
Because
his-
that is the
that's his
rollout
rollout.
until the album
His
comes
album
out.
will
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
next week, and they'll be like, yeah, great.
And you
Number
know
one.
who else I would love to work on a whole album with?
Mm.
The Dream.
Oh,
The
that was
Dream.
gonna be one of my top
The
10. My
Dream.
my
The
10
Dream,
shots
yo.
right
The
there.
Dream
Oh.
is probably
Dream
one
is
of the most
incredible.
underrated artists
Yes,
ever
yes.
in the
He's
history
one of the most
music.
underrated writers.
Yes.
He's an amazing
He's
writer.
Incredible.
That was gonna be.
He
That's
wrote
still
Single
gonna be in
Ladies,
there,
right?
Huh?
He wrote Single Ladies for Beyonce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He wrote everything.
He's just a beast, yo.
Yeah.
I
he's
love
just,
The Dream.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you for saying that.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow,
yeah.
shout out to The Dream.
Shout
Like,
out
one
to
of my
The
favorite
Dream,
artists.
yo.
Yes. He's definitely dope. This guy's over there like, what's going on over there?
They over there gushing.
No,
Over
The
there,
Dream.
you guys.
Oh man.
No, The Dream is
Shout
dope
out
though.
to
The Dream is dope. Shout out to The Dream.
1977.
Yes.
Probably his best album.
Yeah.
Shout out to him winning a Grammy for that little thing he did on the
What?
Kanye and Jay-Z.
No church in a while.
Yeah.
He's
That
just no matter
Oh,
what
he's
that
fucking-
man touches, he's just incredible.
Nah, he's
Big
definitely
shout
fire.
out.
So yeah, so I take that back. I do have dream collabs.
There
Never
you
mind.
go.
I
There you
do.
go. Boom.
Now you said you're in album mode.
Yes.
How far into the project are you?
Okay. So the creative in
I see the
me-
excitement now.
The creative. No, I actually was pretty far along with it, and then I scrapped a lot of it to start over.
For
Really?
personal reasons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I was in a different space at that time when I was
Right.
working on those records. And fast forward to now, it's like I'm in
Totally different.
totally
Yeah.
different. So when I listen to them, I feel like it's not me.
Right.
That's not what I don't feel it anymore.
Shouts to you for actually scrapping them, because a lot of people would just hold on to them just in case.
No,
Like, no,
I
you're
scrap
like,
it.
yeah.
Once I'm done, I'm done. Like
That's
you
awesome.
know. So
Yeah.
I literally have started over as of January this year.
You kept nothing?
I kept nothing.
Wow.
That's what I mean. This is what I'm
Okay.
trying to get at. Like,
No,
a lot
but
of
I
people
thought,
would
you
hold on
know,
to
Nothing.
something.
Maybe one song or
Nope.
two.
No,
you
no,
know?
no.
Nope.
Nothing.
Gone.
Shouts to you. Shouts to you.
Gone. I had
That's
because
dope.
I
The
just I
resurrection.
want it to be, I want it to be you know, I want it to be organic.
Right.
And I want it
For
to
lack of a
feel
better word.
genuine. Like I want to genuinely love it. Like if I'm like about
Right.
something, then that ain't it.
Of
Right.
course.
That ain't it.
Yeah,
you know.
have to feel it right away.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm definitely working. It's probably gonna be about 7 records. EP. It's called City Rose.
Yes. We're going to get into City Roads.
Okay.
But how far along are you now that you started over?
I'm like I would say a good 3.
And do you have a projected release date?
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Because you know what? I don't even rush that either. The one thing about me is I won't rush the creative process.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I just kind of let it flow.
We've had a conversation about writing and how you can't be like,
yeah.
oh,
Today
I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna
home
write.
today at 8 o'clock and I'm gonna sit down and write a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it don't work like
That'll
that.
never work. You're gonna be in the shower
Yeah.
Sunday at fucking 11:30 at night. You're gonna be like, oh damn, I can't
Exactly.
write it. Let me repeat
There's
it.
been times where like I can't sleep and I'll write a whole record at 2 a.m.
Right.
You know,
That's-
or I could be driving from like point A to point B, and I know it's a 45-minute drive. I'll write a whole record in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I'll listen to the beat in the car, and I'll write the whole song before I get to where I gotta go.
And what's good with that is you're memorizing it as you're doing it. You know what I mean? So
my memory is pretty good in terms of that.
that's what Biggie
cool.
used to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
He wouldn't write, so he'll just let the beat play over and over, and he'll spit it.
and then at some
Little by
point,
little, build it. Yeah.
it's in my head. Like the beat is like, I won't even need to hear it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I could just kind of like mentally write because I can hear the song in my head, hear the music in my head.
So, you do have, or better yet, you did share with us is it the single off the project, or is it just a song you shared with us?
I haven't even decided if it was a single yet, but it's definitely something I'm just throwing out.
and you're gonna let us world premiere it.
Yeah, nobody has heard it.
Now, unfortunately,
Okay.
this episode won't release till the public, probably for a couple of weeks. So by the time you guys are hearing this, the song will be out.
It will be out.
There
On
should be a
all
video being shot,
platforms.
and look out for it. What's
Yep.
the name of it? Oh, the
No,
name of the project is City Rose.
The name of the project is City Rose, the actual record, which is going to be on City Rose. So I guess we can call it a single.
Okay.
It's called You're Mine. And it's a real, it's very sultry. It's a ride out little vibe.
Okay.
You know, it's not your turn up,
Okay.
but it's still a vibe.
Yeah.
It's still a vibe.
We
need that
We're not too much
sometimes.
to turn up.
See, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Tell, but,
So you just, it's, you know, it's, I like to call it smokers music.
Now you're talking. Now you are. in the zone.
Just a vibe. Just chill.
That's a good vibe. That's actually
So
a
this
very
is
good vibe.
called Your Mind. This is by Yobi. This
Oh,
is
we're
off the
playing it
City
out?
Rose project. We're about to play it for the first time.
Oh my goodness.
World premiere. All our
Yeah.
listeners consider yourselves lucky.
Yeah, be on the lookout. It's coming.
And Brother F is gonna blast that off for us. Your Mind by Yobi off the upcoming EP City Rose. Let's check it out, y'all.
Light it.
Once again, you're listening to Your Mind by Yobi off the City Rose project, dropping in 2021. Fingers crossed.
I've been smoking all night, feeling so high, making all these circles in the clouds. It's a vibe. I see you all the time. The atmosphere is right, suspended in the air. It's a feeling that I like. I pulling up in my ride, checking only my time. My vision just got blurry. I don't think that I can drive, but I don't really mind. We can sip some Henny White. I like to mix it with apple juice, 'cause that's my type of vibe. I like the way you feeling inside.
Shout out to Henny White, y'all. Shout out to Henny White.
Shout out to all the fruity drinks out there.
Absolutely. Shout out to Yobi for being here. Shout out to Your Mind. Shout out to the City Rose project. I'm gonna talk over it because I don't want y'all bootlegging it.
That's right.
Word.
All you bootleggers out there, we got you.
Watching them.
So let me take you higher, yeah. And I'ma take you higher, yeah. Better let 'em know that you're mine.
Fuck with this Jersey. Fuck with this New York.
Know that you're mine. Yeah, yeah. It's a bad bitch.
Once again, that's Your Mind off the City Rose project.
Okay.
A sexy
Like that.
tune.
I
A
like
sexy
that.
tune.
Thank you.
A
Yeah,
soft
shit,
tune.
litty.
Nice little smokers vibe.
Yeah, definitely. Big shout out. I
Thank
like it.
you.
As the
Thank
resident
you.
R&B dude, I fucks with it for sure.
Thank you.
We don't have a date for the project though,
No.
Not yet. I haven't, because I don't like to throw dates out there and then I don't
And
make
then not live up to
yeah,
them.
and then I can't, you know.
and then you beat yourself up.
Yeah,
I'm the
like
same.
I'd rather like to make sure I have all the records first and then start thinking dates. Like I know this
True.
record I'll drop July 2nd.
Okay.
So I know for
Dope.
sure
So
that.
be on the lookout for that on all DSPs, y'all. All DSPs.
Yes.
City Rose is the name of the project.
Yes.
However, City Rose is also something else, but I'm
Yes,
not
it
sure what.
is. It is
I know it's your writing page.
It's on my writing page.
Is it like a book you're working on?
No, okay, so this is what happened.
Yes.
A little backstory on City Rose. I was in a relationship that, you know, it was a 7-year relationship. Not to get too deep into that, but it didn't work. It ended in the quarantine. And I was really, really upset about it. I was sad, you know, emotional, you know, whatever. And I'm not one of those people to put my business on on social media.
Right.
So I'm not like I be wanting to say things,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I'll be like, ooh.
But you're not that type.
Oh yeah, like I don't, you know. So I said to myself, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna make a whole other page, and I'll put it on there and vent.
Like a burner
A
account.
Yeah.
Finsta.
Yeah, like I created City Rose. City Rose is basically my poetry, my poetry, but condensed into like quotes, like a quote page.
Right.
So I would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
putting my feelings on that, and then
Yeah.
it's you know, not now, but it is anonymous. Not
Yeah,
now, but
not
yeah,
anymore.
but yeah.
It was.
But, you
It
know,
was at one point.
Yeah, but like if you just randomly come across it and you don't know who I am, like my name is not on there. There's no pictures. There's no nothing.
It's just a quote. in
Just
pink.
the quotes in City Rose. Like, so nobody really knows who's behind it if you're just randomly going catching the page, which is cool because when I did it, I had like 10 followers, you know, and I wasn't thinking that people were going to resonate with my words. But I was like, you know, let me change the account on Instagram to make it where you can watch the analytics or whatever. And I noticed, I'm like, yo, like 300 people just shared this.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like people are really resonating with it. And I would get like people in my DMs saying things like asking for love advice. I'm like, bro, I don't know about all that, but
Oh
you know?
man, you found a new career move.
I was like, well, I don't know nothing about that. But then I look at the analytics and I realized that my main demographic is South Africa.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So it was like, wow, all these people in South Africa
Rock
like,
with you.
Yeah, like, and they don't know who I am. They don't know anything about my music. They don't know nothing. They just like my words.
Right.
So I knew I was onto something when one of the posts had like 4,000 likes. And I'm like, oh,
Wow.
yeah.
There you go.
That's
Because
dope.
people love quote pages. They
Right.
love quote
They
pages.
just love to read something quick. You know that.
But
like you
also,
said,
they love
resonates.
to know that people are feeling what they're
Right.
feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Then
You're not the
they
only
don't want
one.
to feel alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And if you can pinpoint that emotion,
Yeah.
Definitely. I had one girl, she's 16 years old. She had sent me a DM and told me that she was like wanted to kill herself, and my poetry helped her get through it. And I'm like, what?
congratulations.
I
Hey,
said, don't kill
that's
yourself,
huge.
girl.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah.
it.
No,
And then she was
not
like,
worth
well,
it.
I write too, and I encouraged her to get back into it. So like every now and then she'll send me like she'll DM me like one of her letters or whatever, and you know I just encourage her, like I'll feature it on the page or whatever, just so
Awesome.
she can,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
16. I want to build her up,
Yeah,
even if she's all the way in South Africa. I want to build her up so that she feels like she can go far with it.
You can tell you got a little bit of your mama in you because you know she does all that mental health stuff. So
Oh
this,
yeah, well there
this
you
goes
go.
along those
Underlying
lines.
True.
gift.
Absolutely.
Word.
And wasn't Mom a poet also?
She was, yeah.
See that?
There you
She
go.
doesn't
Look
do it
at
anymore, but
Mom.
she definitely. I get all of that from her, definitely.
Now, do you plan to pursue this further than just Instagram?
City Rose?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I'm
can
actually
we,
in the
expect a
process.
book?
I didn't think about a book, but
But
I
now
didn't think
that you
about
speak
a
of
book.
one,
Now that you
But-
say
I'm
that.
here to motivate y'all.
I am in the process of LLC for City Rose. I wanted to do, I wanted to have like my words like on sweatshirts and mugs and blankets and calendars, like novelty stuff,
right.
and sell it that way.
Be in a Hallmark store near you.
You never know. Home Goods.
Yeah, all that.
As we tell everybody who comes up here, as we tell probably everybody that we know, we live in an age where you can be anything you want to
Yeah.
be, so long as you put the work in.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you want to do, I mean, you can have that on the market, and within a year, and be, you know, like
I was gonna
helping and
start off
sharing
with
and stuff.
sweatshirts, like the City Rose hoodies. I was gonna start off with those, and
Do
I'm
it,
like,
yeah.
I could go even further with that. I could have calendars. I could have blankets. I can
Mugs,
have
all that
Everything.
stuff.
Yeah, there's no
anything. Anything. Like,
Chancletas.
yeah.
This guy.
No, but he's right.
Love chancletas.
Yo,
He's
Dominicans,
right.
bro.
I live
No, he
in
is
Florida,
right, though.
fam. What you talking about?
He's
You love
right.
chancletas up here, fool. Don't think I don't remember that summer jam you
I'm
went
throwing at your
in
head,
chancletas.
man. No, listen, I got a question. If you don't mind me asking, what does your name mean? What does Yobi mean? Is that like your real name, or where did you
Yobi-
get that name from?
Yobi is my name. My mom just likes different names. She just loves different names, but it does have a meaning. It means joy has been given to me in beautiful vision,
Beautiful.
and it's also a milk
Beautiful.
in Japan.
Nice.
It is a milk.
There you go.
It's also and they have
But-
like a cartoon named Yobi the Five-Tailed Fox. I don't know.
That's not the official Yobi, y'all.
No,
We
it's
have
not.
the
No,
official Yobi here
that's
with
not.
us.
We have the
But-
official Yobi.
Yeah,
right.
but it
City
does mean
Rose.
something.
I thought you
That's
were the
dope,
City
okay.
Rose.
Really?
Yeah, because wasn't it Tupac, the rose that grew from concrete or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
And then you're from Brooklyn originally, right?
Well, originally I'm from upstate New York. Originally, but I've been in the city for like
Oh,
20
really?
years. So.
Oh, okay.
But I was
Close
born
enough.
upstate.
So
yeah.
I was thinking Brooklyn and Rose. I was like, oh, she's the City Rose, the rose that grew from.
But
concrete.
I did kind of like do that,
Right.
but I kind of switched it up and called it like, you know, the rose that grew from a small crack in the concrete.
There you go.
That's dope.
You
Exactly.
know, so
Please continue to write, especially if it's helping people, especially if you're literally keeping people alive with your writing. Like, first of all, congratulations, props for that. Yeah, that's. I don't want to like, what's the word? Like, I don't want to downplay that. Like, somebody was
Yeah.
gonna kill
No,
themselves and
thank
reach
you.
out
Yeah,
to
no,
you, and
that's
Yeah,
they are
like,
still
I-
alive because
yeah,
of that.
Your
I'm
words.
That's
so-
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely thankful for that because I didn't expect that. It kind of threw me off when I read the message, and I was like, damn, I gotta respond to this the right way. Like,
Yeah.
how do you respond to this? So
Exactly, because
if anything, I just checked into like the 16-year-old version of myself. Like,
right.
you know, it's not easy being a kid now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
now
no, especially.
to be a kid
Yeah.
now.
It wasn't back then, and now it's
Now
even
it's
like
gotta
you
be
said.
crazy.
you
Yeah, like
emphasize
it's
even more.
it's crazy.
Serious.
So it's like I try to think about that. Like, you know, kids today, they deal with a lot more than what I had to at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
just try to be like a support system, and she really did appreciate it because like she's always messaging me.
Good, good. God bless her.
But you've got a
shout
fan
out to
now
her
for
and
life.
shout out to you for doing
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
And
For-
shout out to all these kids out there who are struggling, who maybe don't have an outlet, who maybe don't have someone to speak to.
Right.
Maybe they're being bullied or they're being abused at home or whatever the case may be. Whatever negative you are dealing with, you know what I mean? Think positive, pray through it, push through it. Times will get better.
It's not always gonna be there.
Reach out if you have someone, an artist like a Yobi that you like. If you have a friend, an aunt, an uncle, a teacher, someone who's willing to listen, someone who's willing to help, take advantage of that, do that. Don't hold all that shit in because then one day it all comes out and it's not good. Feel free, DM at GAHHD_podcast. We will talk to you. We will listen.
For sure.
You know, whatever it is that you need to not kill yourself. Because I'm reading
Yeah.
about 8-year-olds killing themselves.
Yeah, I just
I wouldn't
it's
have even known
crazy.
how to kill myself at 8 years
It's
old.
crazy. They know.
No
It's
way.
crazy.
Yeah, like,
Yeah, that's another thing. Like YouTube, yo.
you can learn anything on
Yeah,
YouTube.
wow.
Yeah, they
Apparently,
need to, I don't
including
know,
suicide.
They
Yeah.
need to send. I mean, I know they have like parental controls on YouTube
Yeah,
or whatever, but
still.
I feel like they gotta censor it a little bit.
They have to,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if they'll take your video down for playing a Puff Daddy song in it, they need to take a video down if it's telling you
Exactly.
this is how you fucking
Yeah,
kill yourself.
That's
These
crazy,
are the
like-
steps you need to take.
Yeah, no, that's not.
It's just and
Come
TikTok
on.
too. TikTok is
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah. All
Like,
social media.
Word.
you know, I listen to like I have a niece and nephew. Like, I'm like, well, where'd you learn like some outlandish stuff that they'll be saying? I'm
Yeah.
like, where'd you learn that from?
Yeah, yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
TikTok.
There's no
all these challenges and
regulations, right?
shit.
Yeah,
They wildin'.
it's oh.
That is our public service announcement for the day. Y'all be careful. Parents, watch your kids.
Watch
Watch
what they
what they're
doing, man.
watching.
Because I know I'm watching mine.
See, but that puts us in a weird position, right? Because we don't want the government to regulate the
Oh,
internet.
Regular, yeah.
You know what I mean? However, we do want some better type of control so that these kids are not exposed to just dangers and false ideas.
Well,
and,
it's on the actual the social media themselves, right?
On
So
the
for
companies,
example, the companies. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, he got taken to court because they were putting a bunch of fake stuff regarding like the election
right.
on Facebook. So things like that, like they got to make sure they censor it. They got to make sure this information's not coming out to the youth, and they're doing wild stuff with it.
There's a country. Damn, was it Taiwan? Somebody banned Twitter from the whole country.
I heard about that.
They were like, nope,
I
Yeah.
no
heard
fucking
about
Twitter
that.
for nobody.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I heard. I
You
thought
know-
I heard about that. I don't know
That's crazy.
where though.
yeah,
but you're right.
there's Singapore, Taiwan, one of those.
Wow.
And it makes you think like, because I like to try to see things from both ways. So it's like,
absolutely, yeah.
I
y'all got
definitely
that,
heard.
like good shit.
Did
but
you
then
guys
it's like, damn.
hear about? It was like last year, I think, sometime that Momo. Have you ever heard of Momo?
Momo.
Yes, I
it
heard of
was,
Momo, yes.
something
Yeah,
on
it was
YouTube, right?
Yeah, and she was
Yeah.
telling kids to kill themselves.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah.
subliminally
Like,
or
yeah, it
something.
was like, but she was
Like
creepy
a weird
looking
doll.
too.
Oh, yeah, a weird looking fucking
Right.
That's
That's
where the
crazy.
censorship has to come
Exactly.
in. You know?
Like YouTube shouldn't who's uploading what. You guys are all over it. You know what I mean?
Like I
So
said,
you
they
see
take
that.
shit down for copyrights.
Exactly.
But you let that rock?
Yeah, there has to be a
That's
way to take
crazy.
that down.
Damaging to a young kid's brain.
And also, let's not put all the blame on YouTube. Let's
No.
take it back to the root. These parents need to
Parents.
fucking raise their kids right, show them love, make them non-suicidal,
Yeah.
and watch what they're exposing and being
Yeah,
exposed
exactly.
to. Parents, step it the
It's
fuck
tough
up, man.
though, man. As a parent, I tell you, it's tough because I try to take the TikTok away from my daughters, and they'll rebel, man. They'll probably lynch me and shit. I try to do that, but it's like it's to the point.
They can't
You know,
TikTok if
you-
they don't got a phone.
Nah, absolutely. So we take the phones from them at night and shit like that, but still, like you can't control what they're doing 24/7.
Yeah.
But I think
can't.
if
It's
you instill
impossible,
the right fundamental
Yeah.
bricks,
Yeah,
they should. And I'm confident that you and your lady do that. Shout out to your lady too.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, she no joke. Straight up.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say that.
No joke.
That's
no
why.
joke, but
That's
yeah,
why
no,
he
but-
ran out of here
That's
the
what I
other
was gonna
night.
say. That's the explanation. All the explanation you need for last Friday's
Calling
events.
us talking about,
Well,
yo,
look,
my bad, I had to
they
leave.
mad at me because I bounced on them, right? We was in the lab. We
not
was
mad,
doing
we
a
just
listening
laughing.
No, we're
party.
not mad. We thought it was
But I had to
hilarious.
baptize my daughter the next morning. Not the next day, the next morning.
Again.
So
Yeah.
come on,
This-
man. You know it has
yeah.
to do with
Yeah.
that.
He said- he said bye.
We are not upset that you
Yeah,
had to
peace,
leave.
man.
We totally get it. Now, not inviting us to the baptism.
Like I said, you definitely stopped at the police store and copped everything.
Yo, don't be butthurt. Y'all know y'all my niggas, man. If I could have made it happen, I would have made it happen, man. For real, for real.
All the
Back-
please? Yeah. I'll
Back to
take all.
Yobi. Forget about this.
Yeah.
Back to your writing. You're also a songwriter.
Songwriter, yes.
Have you written for other people? You don't have to name them if you have.
I have.
Do
I
you,
can't.
do you
I-
enjoy
Really?
I love that. I do love writing.
that? How
for
does
other
that
people.
work? Like the process?
Well, I won't write for anyone until I meet them first.
Okay.
Just because
That's dope.
you have to vibe well, you know?
Right.
Like you can get into a session with someone and they're awful. You know?
Yeah, they might be an
And they're
asshole.
awful, you know, and then you're subjected to
Yeah.
write something which really is hard to do if you don't really,
That's not indicative
Right.
of them.
you know.
Once you already know what they're like.
Yeah,
And
so
they
that's
already fucked up
really-
your energy.
Exactly. So like a lot of the time, I like to meet the person first. You know, pick their brain, ask them questions about what they like, what like just things, so I can get to know them better.
Right, because you have to kind of get in their shoes. no?
Yeah, and that makes it easier to write for someone. But I love doing it because there's nothing like watching your words come to life, whether I'm doing it or someone else is doing it. I like to see that. Like it makes me happy. Like
Right.
it's like, damn, yo, all that was in my head.
And
Now
now-
it's like a whole thing.
Do you also do the reference track?
I do.
And then when they are actually recording, like, do you coach them through it if
Yeah.
needed?
It depends. If they're like in another state, obviously I can't be there
Right.
at that moment. So they do follow the reference. Sometimes they'll FaceTime me in the studio.
Just to get it right?
Yeah, like just to make sure, like, what do you think about this? Because a lot of the time with my references, like I'll add in harmonies. You don't have to use them, but it's just giving you an idea
Yeah.
of where to go with the record. So I try to be very hands-on like that and make it as easy as possible. Other times I haven't referenced if I know I'm gonna be in the studio with them.
Right.
You know, like I'll sing it for them, and then they'll practice it, and then they'll like go in the booth, and we just kind of like go back and forth. That's not too often though, because it's always better to just reference a track for somebody. But there are situations where I couldn't.
And do you write to the actual beat?
Yeah.
Or do you write a cappella and then?
No, I write to the actual beat. Okay. I write to the actual
beat. So everything is right there, handcrafted.
Yeah. Like I work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I always think you have to write to the beat you're gonna perform to. Like, there's little nuances and crevices in the beat that you have to catch.
And it's it helps get the vibe going. Like, you know, you write a cappella, like I said, like I can write in my head because I can hear the beat, but a lot of the times, like I'm definitely writing to the beat. So I can hear everything, every note, every sound, every drum, every 808, whatever, you know, just to hear it.
Do you also...
And this is...
Go ahead,
this is for both male and female artists, or more for female artists?
Male and
both.
Female, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I actually like to write for male artists. To be honest, yeah, because you know
you get to actually be a man for once.
But like I could say more like messed up shit.
Yeah, more foul
that
shit.
you know that a man would react to. Yeah. Right. And from a man's perspective, there you go.
You know, like it's actually kind of fun. I like, you know.
Men are foul, y'all. Happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Happy Father's Day out there.
The ghost writing, the joy that you get from it. Have you ever seen someone perform the song? Not like in studio, but like on stage and stuff?
Yes.
Like
it's great, but you know, there are situations where like you can't say I wrote that.
Right. Oh no, of course.
You know? So you just gotta kind of like be in the cut, like
you're like
just vibe it. This is really
good. This is good. Pat on the back. That's me. Yeah. You know, but
really,
you'd be like, you like this song, right? To people around you.
You know, those that need to know, you know. But like, it's always kind of like a rush to watch someone performing your words, because like, and you over there singing along with it, and people looking at you like, well, how do you know that? And in my head, like, I wrote it.
I was there.
I was
no
there.
Kidding.
And you continue to ghostwrite?
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I do.
Congrats.
I do.
Is it lucrative?
Yeah, it is. Pays the bills.
I could imagine.
Pays the bills. It sure does.
dope.
Sure, you see your name on the credits.
Now, another career that I've seen that you are delving into, and I'm not sure if you're just now getting into it or if you've been doing it for a while, but is the modeling.
Okay. No.
No, you haven't been doing it, or you don't do it?
But you know what it is? I'm an artist who likes to take pictures.
But is it your friends that you
not
do
really
it for?
a model.
But there was a company that you modeled for.
Well, I've done like things like, modeling stuff, but that's not something I want to like
pursue.
Yeah.
But if someone you know calls you like, yo,
definitely. Yeah, definitely. I love taking pictures, but you know, the whole runway thing and actually fashion shows and things like that, that's not me. That's not me. No. I'm kind of clumsy. A little bit.
Hey, at least you're honest,
So it's like me walking down a runway. This could go one or two ways. You know, I might make it to the end. I might stop in the middle. You know, like I don't know.
Or
so
you might be stopped.
That's how you go viral, right?
You know, and I'm really trying to, have YouTube clips of me tumbling down a runway. So, I'm not. And then, runway, definitely runway, like professional runway, you gotta be like really skinny too, and
tall, right?
I love to eat, I love food. So well, I think the minimum is 5'7", which I hit that, but still I like food, like I love food, so I don't want to be sitting up there starving myself because I gotta fit into a size 4
-2.
Now that you say that you love to eat, there's a perfect segue. I don't know if Burnz got a follow-up question to that, but
no, I think you're going right where I was going.
Oh, okay. Can I ask you, what is picky eaters?
There you go. That's exactly where I was going, because I seen Yobi eating something intestines.
Wait.
Like some frogs
No.
or some shit.
In my defense, let me.
Yeah, what was that about? I was like, wait a
What is
minute.
that?
First off, let me shout
I'm so
out
curious.
DJ G Money. It's his show.
Shout out DJ G Money for sure.
It's actually a dope concept, so shout out to him. What he does is he brings you to the most outlandish restaurant. You do not know what you're gonna get.
Right.
You know.
Oh,
Wow.
But it's not normal.
It's not normal.
It's not regular
Not
food.
really. Not really. And like, it's basically shock value. Like, are you a
Yeah.
picky eater? Like,
Yeah.
how picky are you?
Right.
So
Yeah.
when we got there, myself, shout out to Justina Love too. She, me and her went together. That she's actually a personality on Dash Radio, and this is 50.
Yes. Shout out to
so
her.
shout out to Cena.
Absolutely.
But we went together, and we were in, was it Flushing, Queens? So when we got to Flushing, I kind of, like, my little senses, like, ding, 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 because I already knew, like, okay, they got some real outlandish food over here, so this
it's
could
crazy.
be,
Queens is crazy.
this could be anything. So when we get
Yeah,
in
it's
there,
a
like,
melting pot over
yeah,
there.
we didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
We didn't know anything. So that's why you see in the clips, Cena's like, he said frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I told her before we got in there, I
What kind
said,
of
watch.
restaurant was this?
It's like a Korean barbecue kind of place.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But it was
Oh,
like
okay.
the whole menu was in another language, so
Mm.
like you really don't. I think on the other side it had like the English, but they didn't want us to see that.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the guys like that G Money is with, he's the one that picks it out, because at that point G doesn't even know what's coming up either. He
Oh,
doesn't know.
okay.
So yeah, so his one of his guys on the show or whatever, they pick it out. And they definitely, and I told Justina before we got there, I said, yo, they gonna be feeding us frogs. I
Yeah.
was kidding though. I was kidding.
You thought you were kidding.
I thought I was kidding. I thought I was kidding. So when we sat down, you know, and if you guys been to like Korean bar, you cook it in the table.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they,
yeah.
so they had like the tomato, it was soup,
Yeah.
basically. So I'm like, okay, don't look too bad. Got
Yeah.
little scallions in there. Looks okay. It might be all right. So then they came with the goose intestines, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at that like, what is that? And then he said goose intestines, and I
And
said,
then he
"Oh,
pulled
no."
it out like
yeah,
that.
I
like
was
this.
like, no.
And
thank
I was
you.
like, oh my god. Then he came out with like these little they looked like wet chocolate kind of thing. I don't know, but it was
shit.
called duck blood.
Oh.
Oh.
And it
Hey,
was
duck blood right here.
it looked,
That's a terrible ass
Yeah,
joke.
that's
what?
Where'd you find this guy?
That's a
Yes.
terrible
Yeah,
joke.
seriously, bro.
Save that one.
Wherever you found this. No,
But
definitely.
Nah.
yeah. So ultimately, I did try the frog legs.
Okay.
Okay,
Not
it
good?
tastes like
You
chicken.
cooked them
It tastes-
first?
Yeah, we cooked
Okay.
everything. Like I wasn't eating anything unless
Yes,
it was
please.
cooked. Like we put
Yeah.
everything in the pot, and I was like, listen, it ain't boiling. Like what's going
Yeah.
on over here? Like we wanted to make sure it was fully cooked.
Yeah.
The goose intestines, I took a little piece. I did. I took just a teeny
I get
piece.
that though. Yeah, go
Just
ahead.
to try it. It's very chewy,
Mm-hmm.
but it has no real taste.
Wow.
Okay.
It has no real taste. It was just very chewy, and that's why I spit it out, because the consistency was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
it's
I
too much.
couldn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't do it.
Okay.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Frog was like chicken.
Yeah.
It was a little chewier chicken, but I think if it was fried, I might fuck with it.
Yeah, you really.
I think if it was fried, I might have.
Fuck it.
I might have. But the duck blood,
Keep it funky.
that's a dub. That was
No,
nope.
never.
No good.
That was like
No go for the duck
disgusting.
blood.
It was mushy. It was gross. It was nasty. I don't know why they call it duck blood, but
But you don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
shout out to G Money, because it's a dope concept,
That
and
is dope.
he's had a lot of dope people up there from
Shouts to
like
him.
Cypher Sounds and
And where can we find the show? Is it on YouTube?
it's on YouTube. Just look up the Picky Eater Show.
Picky Eaters Show.
Okay.
Y'all make sure y'all check
Some
that
of the
out. Shout
stuff
out to
you
DJ
watch
G Money
him
for sure.
eat is crazy. Like I told him, I was like, "There's somebody needs to pick this show up immediately."
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
such a
Oh,
great
yeah.
concept.
Absolutely.
That is dope.
What is no, y'all not Puerto Rican. Morcilla in
Oh,
English.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's
That's
it's
like blood sausage.
Blood sausage.
Yeah, it's blood
sausage. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Smack.
fuck with that shit
That's a
either.
Puerto Rican thing. Blood sausage.
Yeah.
I know what that is. I'm good on
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
know what that
We all
is.
got weird food in all our
All cultures, yeah.
backgrounds,
I'm good
all
on
countries.
He's
Yeah,
that.
big in Argentina.
What?
yeah. I don't
Yeah.
fuck with that
Yeah.
shit neither though.
Yeah, you know, I don't fuck with it, and it's a super Puerto Rican thing.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But,
I know exactly what that is. My father's Puerto Rican, so I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm
There you
good.
shout out to
word.
Pop Dukes. Now you mentioned
Happy
Queens a
Father's
lot.
Day.
Were you raised in? Did you spend time in
I
Queens?
spent a lot of time in Queens. I'm in Queens now.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Queens
Okay.
now. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Queens. I love Queens. I love the suburban feel of Queens.
Right.
It's like being in Long Island with a kick.
Right.
It's so big out there. I feel like Queens is so big. Like,
It's huge. Yeah. Pause.
yeah, like you find places out here. You be like, I didn't know this shit was out here. Like, I
Yeah.
bumped into I went to a Chinatown in Queens.
Yep.
And it was huge.
Yep, that's
I'm
probably
like, what
Flushing.
the fuck is
Yeah.
this?
probably,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Queens is like almost misleading. The suburban aspect of it.
Yeah, 'cause if
almost
you're
makes you
like-
feel like safe.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Queens Village.
Still in Queens.
Yeah.
Queens Village, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like they have some of the biggest, most beautiful houses in Queens Village.
That's where
Mhm.
Mr. McDowell's was from.
Yeah.
Queens Village. That's where the McDowells live. In
Is
the
the
movie.
one
Oh yeah,
McDowell's?
Oh,
you're
yeah,
right,
yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're
Remember
right.
they opened an actual physical McDowell's.
Oh, that's
Was
right.
it in
they
Queens?
I don't know nothing about that for
Yeah,
real.
they opened one.
did. Yeah.
Did they?
Really?
Like a
Might
real
have been.
McDowell's.
I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
look
for
that
sure.
up.
Yeah,
I
hell
don't know
yeah.
that. I didn't know that.
And they sell the
And
the,
isn't,
the Big Mick.
The big Mick.
Yeah,
I
they
did not
sell
know
it.
that.
Is
Now,
it,
now I'm gonna go back to Queens looking for
Yeah,
it.
look for that. Let us know if you find it.
I didn't
Get
know
a
that.
Big Mick for
I'm trying to go out
Is-
there.
No
Shout out
idea.
to them.
Isn't Ox in Queens Village too from Belly? I think that was
Possibly.
Queens Village.
Ox. Oh.
Yeah, Lennox.
Lennox, yeah.
No,
I-
Nas is. He says he lives in Queens Village.
Queensbridge.
No, I'm saying, but in
Oh,
the movie
oh, in
Belly,
the-
In the movie,
he's like,
yeah.
oh, my house isn't like Burnz crib. I live over in Queens Village.
Yup,
But it's still
yup.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we just recently have someone up here from Queens? Or someone was referencing Queens?
Game Over is from Queens.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Yes,
Okay.
He has roots in Queens.
Yes.
Born in Queens, yeah.
Cool.
Shout out to Queens.
Yeah, shout out to
Right,
Queens.
shout out to Queens.
Oh no, we were having the debate: Brooklyn MCs versus Queens MCs.
My man.
That's what it was.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
Yes. Dope, yo. Dope. Picky Eater Show, DJ G
Go
Money,
check that out.
and your homegirl,
Jacina
Shout
Love.
out to her. She has a radio show.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
shout out
on
to
Dash Radio, and she has a show on This Is 50, the Pull Up Show.
That's awesome.
So she's amazing.
All right. So we
Did she eat the food?
Yeah, did she eat anything?
She was in the same boat as me. We was trying it, but spit it
A
out.
little
Like
bit.
we wasn't on that. No, it was nasty. Like, it was nasty. Like I said, if the frog was fried, it might have had a chance. I'd throw some ketchup on there. It might.
some hot sauce.
Well, yeah, hot sauce,
Put it in the
ketchup,
air
whatever.
fryer.
You know, it might have had a chance just because of the chicken-like consistency.
Did it
of
look like a chicken wing?
It kind of did.
Oh yeah, that's going down.
Kind of did. But then, like, he gave me
That's
a
going
piece
down.
of it that I was like, I'm not eating that because it looked like balls. And I was like, I'm not. Like, if you watch the episode on YouTube, it's like, I say it. I'm like, nah, y'all can give me something else because I'm not eating that.
Yeah.
And then they hold it up in the camera and it looked like
Yeah.
frog balls. I'm like, I'm not eating that.
Yeah, no.
And it was a bullfrog at that.
Oh, it was most likely
Oh,
bullfrog
geez.
balls.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
bullfrog balls.
shit.
I'm not doing that.
Good that you know when to say no.
You know?
Fuck that.
Knowing when to say when.
But y'all go check that out. It's on YouTube.
On YouTube, Picky Eater Show.
Picky Eater Show. Definitely shout out to DJ G Money. Oh yeah. That's you have to be. You have to have some balls yourself to even go on there, to be exposed to God knows what.
to the- yeah.
I
That's tough.
really didn't know. I thought we were allowed to pick it, like what we wanted. I didn't know it was gonna be a surprise. It was really
Yeah.
like surprise.
I don't know if I would volunteer for that. Yeah, for real. Like
You better give me
certain
compensation and
shit,
shit.
yeah, certain shit just grosses me out, bro.
And it was funny because
When they pulled that intestine,
Yeah.
and I'm just there
Yeah.
watching
and
the
then he
video,
dropped it, and then
Yeah,
he dropped
yeah,
it on the
yeah.
side.
like they're gonna eat that? Oh hell.
No,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
It's yeah,
Oh hell
yeah,
no.
man.
But props to you for
Yeah,
being
for sure.
courageous. Props to your homegirl for being courageous. Did
Yes,
did
yes.
DJ G Money eat something?
He spit it out too.
Hey, at least he tried it. He's the host. He better get
He's
down
the
to-
first one to try it, and then we follow his
Yeah,
lead.
Fuck that. Getting back to the music real quick. You had a track called "You Think You Got Me,"
Yes.
and Ted Smooth remixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was
I
that?
remember that.
I
shit
fucked with
hard.
Ted Smooth since Club Bajas. I don't know
Yeah.
if you're old enough to remember
I
Club
remember
Bajas.
that,
But he was
Yeah,
he was the resident DJ there every Saturday. He used to come out with some mixes.
shout out to Ted Smooth.
Cass used to be in
Shout
there.
out to Ted
turn,
Smooth.
Sweating.
and he'd do some mix that you'll just stop like.
Yeah.
And I look for him.
That
I'm
shit
like,
crazy.
like,
yo, you heard that mix?
Yeah.
Shorty's still grinding. He's like, chill, you heard that?
Yeah.
Cause the
Uptown where the
original
weed at.
"You Think You Got Me," I had did that beat to Drake's Paradise something. My memory's terrible, boy. But it was a Drake record, and I
Okay.
just took the instrumental and I wrote "You Think You Got Me," and then like. Again, it's just me, just kind of like, whatever. Let me just write something.
Yeah.
And then Ted Smooth remixed it, and I'm like, oh, I like that better.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay, I like that
absolutely
better.
right.
And
But
then-
you knew him? Like you guys had a relationship?
yeah.
Okay.
I knew him, so it was cool that like he hopped on that for me and did that.
No,
which
that's
was dope.
super dope.
Yeah.
He had that. Shout out to Ted Smooth because he's been consistent for many, many, many years. But a few years ago, he had like a 1 or 2 year run. Where it was just Ted Smooth remix everything. When he did the
Beyonce.
Blame It on the Alcohol,
Yeah.
he did the Beyonce, he
Love
did the
on
video
Top.
with Puff.
Yeah.
And he was just getting props everywhere. And I think that's so dope because I love blends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
First and
his
foremost, I love
Beyonce record became the official remix.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The one,
The Love on Top.
yeah.
I
With,
think that
oh,
became-
that shit is dope.
Yeah, shout out to
No
him.
shit.
Big shout out.
Shout out to Ted Smooth.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So we talked about singing, songwriting, modeling, writing. Brooklyn. You're also a dog mom.
Oh, here we go.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have any children,
I don't.
but you have the dog.
I am a dog mom. I'm a devoted dog mom.
that
I
we
love
see.
my dog.
What's your dog's name?
Brooklyn.
Oh
Wow.
shit.
I love my dog. She is a Pomeranian Shih Tzu.
Oh, wow.
She's gonna be 9 in October.
God bless her.
She's got a lot of spunk, a lot of like, you would think she's a puppy the way she acts. She's not.
Right.
But the way I got her, I had did a show out in St. Thomas, Virgin Islands. Shout out to them.
Wow. Yeah.
And
Shout out to St. Thomas.
yeah,
real?
I'm actually the very first person ever to do the national anthem for their Queen show, Carnival.
Wow.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah, in the history of the island, they never had
Awesome.
someone come from the States and do the
That's
national
awesome.
anthem.
Look at that.
But
Wow,
I
so
went down
cute.
there to shoot 2 videos and do radio.
Okay.
And I happened to meet my Brooklyn because she belonged to someone. And when I was like, oh, she's so cute, they were like, oh, take her. And I'm like, are you serious?
For real?
They're like, yeah, take her. I'm like, okay. So I took her and I brought her home.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
So it was like, I kind of felt bad though when I got back here because it's like, damn, I just took this dog out of paradise and now she's in the hood.
Yeah.
So it was like, 'cause at the time I was living in East New York.
Damn, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
At the
The
time.
dog
The
was-
scenery change.
the dog
Wait,
No,
looked
I
at you
was
like-
matter of fact, no. I was in Jersey City.
Oh.
When I
Oh,
got
wow.
back, I was in Jersey City, so I was like, "Damn, I took this dog from paradise. She had palm trees. She was just
Yeah.
running free.
In the
Now
sand.
she's like on concrete. She can't go nowhere. She can't do. She
Yeah.
can't don't run in the
Snow,
street. Yeah, like
Cold.
oh please. When she first saw snow, she didn't even want to leave out. She didn't want to go outside to pee. And I'm like,
I wouldn't
What the fuck
either.
is
yeah,
this?
I had to put little boots on her. Like she was not trying to feel it on her paws.
Oh,
like
no.
I felt so.
Has
I'm
she
like,
toughened up?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She.
God
Oh
bless her.
yeah, she.
Now
Now
She's
she's
a
a
veteran.
city dog.
She's
veteran.
a
She's
bad
a
city
city
dog.
road,
Like
man.
she's awful now.
Yeah.
Like she's awful, yo. That dog. Like I should be up there trying to challenge pit bulls, and I'm like, you better stop because he will eat you.
Yeah.
Like she bugs out. She doesn't like babies and children. That's another thing. I don't know what happened.
Oh man.
Oh, they would get along perfectly.
No, no.
Like a baby or a
Yeah.
child wants to
Can't
come
nobody
play
be
with
cuter
her.
than her, right?
She be
Yeah.
like she
I'm the
don't
cutest
come
one in
over
this
here.
room.
Like,
That's
Dog
funny.
sense evil, bro.
She's too
They
much.
sensible. You stupid. Oh
You hear
man.
this guy?
But I do the most with her though. Like I done paint it. Like I'll take her to the groomers, and she'll come out with a pink tail and pink ears. Like
I've
I
seen
do the
some of
most.
that,
I do
yeah.
the most with this dog.
Hey,
As you should, you know. You
Yeah.
don't have kids.
I ain't got no
Yeah.
kids, so I just be
Exactly.
playing with her.
Is she in any of your videos at all?
No, but you know I should put her in one.
Yeah,
I
hell
should
yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the gram if
That'd be
you
dope.
want to see her. She's definitely on the gram.
That's
she's
what's
a regular on my gram. Like.
Should be
I know
her
people
gram.
probably be looking at it like, look at this girl.
She's
What
mad
is
cute,
she
though.
doing? What is she doing?
It should be her gram.
Yeah. Shout out to Brooklyn, baby
Shout out to
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn,
Hi, Bricky. She's got like 100 different names. Bricky Lynn. Yeah, I call her. She answered all of them.
She knows.
She do.
She knows. And lastly, shout out to Brooklyn girls. This is, I'm not speaking for anyone else in the room. This is a personal opinion. Brooklyn girls. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to y'all.
That's a good shot.
Now, Miss Yobi, what's next on the agenda? What are you
What is
planning to work on?
next?
What do you want to work on? Maybe something you haven't done that you want to do.
Well, what
I know
I'm-
we got the album dropping, City
The
Rose,
album.
the EP,
I'm working on that. I definitely am doing a documentary too.
on yourself.
Yeah, I'm just on my journey
Nice.
from like when I started
Dope.
to where I am today.
Dope.
And that's actually where City Rose comes from because the documentary is City Rose.
So, and it's already
Awesome.
begun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So like I'm just showing like my day-to-day stuff. But we're shooting it in a reality TV kind of format. So
Format.
the one thing about me, and everybody who knows me knows this, like I'm such a private person.
Really?
Like I'm
I-
such a private person.
I'm an introvert as well.
I don't
This is
like
the most you'll ever see me on any front camera.
like I don't talk about my personal
Yeah,
life. I
yeah,
don't talk about
me neither.
but this documentary I'm actually going to show a different side of me. Like I'm going to actually let people into my world and to be very transparent and just really just put it all out there because I feel like it's going to resonate well with the album.
And they're
So-
gonna
Yeah,
drop
yeah, yeah.
simultaneously.
Yeah, simultaneously.
So definitely everybody be on the lookout for that.
And I am
City
doing some
Rose.
acting.
Nice.
Yes.
Anything?
No kidding.
Yes.
That we can be on the lookout for.
Yes. So I am working on a movie that is in pre-production right now. I'm really excited about that. I can't really do too much talking about
No,
it, though,
no,
but
it's cool.
that's definitely coming. So that's what nobody realizes. Acting was first for me.
Before
Really?
music.
Yeah, and then music came second.
Okay.
So
So,
you have
like,
always had the acting.
Yeah,
bug.
like I was doing theater as a kid, and then as I got older, I had sold out. We did a play on off Broadway
Okay.
at the Symphony Theater, and we sold that out.
Congrats.
So
Wow.
yeah, and then I shot a sci-fi film up in Canada.
Yeah.
That was crazy. That was like.
Like we can go find this film.
No, the only thing about that, it didn't get to come out because there was like a conflict afterwards. Like we
politics.
wrapped it, we shot the whole thing. I don't know, they might still put it out. I don't know what's
Right,
going on
right,
with
right.
that. But it was crazy because when they casted us, because the whole the premise of the whole movie, it was called Hollows Ridge, and it was a story about a shape-shifting creature in Native American culture.
Okay.
So it's like a
Ooh.
real thing in their
Right.
culture. So
Right, yeah, because they
they
believe in it.
flew
Yeah.
us up to Pocahontas Reservation, Indian Reservation.
Oh wow.
And they had like little log cabins. And I remember I said to my two co-hosts, like, because when we got to JFK, I'm like, oh my God, you guys, like, we don't even know what we're getting ourselves into. Like, this could be anything.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
You know, it really was. So then when we get out of the airport in Buffalo, we had to drive another like 2 hours.
Right.
So then when
No
we got
shit.
there, and I'm like, yo, what if we don't have any like service? And then one of the other girls, she's like, oh, no, that's not gonna happen. Next thing you know,
No service.
no service, yo. None. Once we got where because we thought we were staying in
And
hotels.
you say you were in Canada?
yeah.
We were up by Canada, like
By
right,
Canada.
like literally like the borderline kind of thing. And
Wow.
I just remember like, damn, yo, like, how am I gonna call anyone? Like, because where we were staying, it was like these little log cabins, but like civilization
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like
Mad far.
3 miles away,
Right.
kind of, or maybe
Oh.
longer, maybe more. And then what they didn't tell us is that we didn't have any access to the outside world. So in our cabins, there was no TV, there was no landline, there was no nothing but electric and stove.
Whoa.
And then you figure we
What?
didn't have our cell phones. We had nothing. So then the first night, I'll never forget it, because me and all the girls, we were together. Like, I said to them, I was like, guys, what if we are the movie?
Yo, but honestly, I would have thought the same thing. Like on some hostile shit.
Yeah, because it was a sci-fi film, it was a horror film. So I'm like, you guys, we have, if God forbid something happens, we have no way of calling help. Like, we're stranded. And on top of that, like, we were really in the middle of the woods. Like, you walk out your cabin, it's straight woods.
Oh no,
I don't do that.
You would, and we were filming at like 2 a.m. in the morning. You'd be hearing the coyotes, and like, it was just crazy.
Nah.
See,
was it big budget?
It was a pretty
Was it
big budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were shooting on a red and everything. Like, it was beautiful scenery, everything. But it was a crazy. Yeah.
I love nature, but I always say that I go camping.
3 weeks like that.
I'm going with a gun.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm not going out there naked. Like,
we was up there on our phones like this, walking around. Trying to get some type of
nothing nowhere.
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. I think one of the other guys, one of my co-stars, he found like one bar on this rock. If you stand on this one particular rock, he found like.
So y'all was lined up for the rock.
Yeah, we were literally like lined up for this rock, yo. It was crazy, and it was just enough. Just enough for me to like call my mother and say, "Mom, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good," because we were out there for like 3 weeks. It was crazy. It was like, wow.
That's actually scary, yo.
Yeah, that is sick.
And I feel like
they did
that on purpose to try to get us in
Of
that.
course, to get
To get us in that vibe.
Paranoid
they
and to
us
act
to
crazy.
Go. Towards the end of it, I really felt like I was going crazy. Like, I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get
crazy.
home.
But that's
cabin fever.
That's good for the producer.
Yeah.
You know, like he wants to see that.
I was over it. I was over it. I was like,
I really hope it comes out.
So no more sci-fi films in Canada.
No, that was a lot for
And
me.
the reason I
like,
asked about Canada, I don't know if y'all heard, they've been finding a lot of dead bodies of
what?
students.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
I did not hear this.
Indigenous students.
Yeah.
They were all sent to these specific schools, and come to find out, they found like over 180 dead bodies.
Yeah. Like mass burial ground.
That's why.
I did not hear about that. Wow.
So
it's happened
rest in peace to
continuously.
them. Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, it continues to happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Now I gotta look that up after I leave here. Y'all teaching me something.
And then the other reason I asked about that is because I don't know if y'all ever heard, there's this show on Netflix called Alone, where they basically take people and they throw them in the woods and they leave them.
Yeah,
I heard of it. I never watched it.
I just finished it. It's pretty dope, but like
I wouldn't survive.
Me neither.
I wouldn't survive.
Me neither. They're like, you have to build your hut. You have to fish and hunt for food, and they're eating squirrels. And fucking porcupines, and you gotta boil your water. I'm there like 100 days.
You'll come back to like
100 days?
100 days.
No, you
for $1 million.
They would come back.
$1 million? Oh yeah, I'm in there.
Well,
I'm in there.
100 days?
I'm in there. I'm trying to.
No. Okay, in the Arctic, where temperatures reach negative 50 degrees at night. No, you're not doing 100 days.
No, I would be like those old cartoons where they come back to the skeleton. And it's like,
yeah, that's how they be coming back.
Like, that's not happening. I don't think I could do
You're
that.
not even doing 100 minutes.
I wouldn't go camping. I call camping voluntary homelessness,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not voluntary.
No, I go camping. I'm going with the strap.
Yeah, I'm
like,
never going.
There's no way I'm going out there naked.
You just don't know what the hell is in
That's
the
what I'm
woods.
saying.
That's what was always in my head. Like,
But that's why, at least with that, I feel somewhat safe.
Yeah.
You're not safe. I mean, look at what happened in Predator. They all got took out by an alien. But, you know,
I mean, in Canada, they gotta have like bears and shit.
Yeah,
and
like, that's what I
fucking
was
moose and
more
shit. You're not beating up a
scared
Yeah,
moose.
some wild animals.
I can take a shot
bear?
though. I can take a shot.
No,
I know
Unload
we
the clip on
did
him.
stop filming at one point because we heard like the coyote noises were getting closer.
Oh wow.
No. Well,
So
you gotta make sure.
we
you got
did
strap,
like
yo.
rap for that.
Yeah, no.
And everybody went
Wow,
in their
that's scary.
cabin.
Guys, everybody go in your cabin.
But I can honestly say, like, me and the cast, like, that experience made us all very close.
Yeah,
So
right,
like,
bonded.
yeah, like, so
You survived.
some of them are like literally one of my best friends now.
That's
like,
what's up.
because we really done
Yeah,
went through
Yeah,
hell.
I would say so.
went
You
through
helped
some
each other survive.
Life-changing
Yeah.
shit.
I had never been without my phone that long, or access just to the world. Like,
Right,
I've just never, and in my head, I'm like, what makes you guys think that this is okay to bring these people? We're from the city, like, you know, so we don't know this. They lived there, like the crew and
Yeah,
everybody,
that's
they
normal.
lived up there, so they knew how to handle all that stuff. We, coming up from the city, we was just like, this is like wilderness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's difference between like being in the like the woods, and then the wilderness.
Yeah.
You know, because my family's from upstate New York, like Newburgh, New York. You know.
Newburgh. Wow.
Oh, Newburgh.
Yeah.
Shout out to Newburgh.
Shout out to Newburgh.
Shouts to
But
Newburgh.
Newburgh is not the wilderness.
Right.
No.
You know, so it's a totally different ball game when you go to the wilderness. I was like, oh no, this is
It's not for me.
this is not for me.
Well, hopefully they'll release that movie.
You know,
I'd like to check it
maybe
out.
I hope so.
But you are working on a new one now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you have plans to continue following the acting.
I'm very excited about that.
Good luck.
That's dope.
Let us know when the new one comes out, and we'll share it
Definitely.
with all the listeners and stuff for sure.
For sure. Once it gets a little closer, and then they give me a little leeway to talk more about it. The most I can say, like, it is going to be a series on YouTube. So.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, on YouTube, nice.
A YouTube series. So
good.
it's really dope the way they're putting it together. It's very like legit. Like it looks really cool.
Awesome.
If you
Can't
had to
wait.
pick one, music or acting.
Fam, you're killing me.
That's hard.
Oh, my bad, bro. Don't answer that.
Let's save
Moving
it.
on.
Save the answer. Save the answer.
So that's what's next. Everybody make sure you're following Yobi at This Is Yobi. Make sure you're looking out for City Rose, the EP, and the documentary.
Yes.
Make
right.
sure you keep an eye out. We'll let y'all know when Yobi completes her latest film, where it's coming out, where it's going to be available. Oh, well, you said it's going to be on YouTube. If they drop the Canadian Alien film,
Canadian Alien.
we'll check
Canadian.
we'll check that out for sure.
Canadian alien.
Shout out to Baby Brooklyn.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Yobi, whatever you got going on,
Let us know. We support.
you're gonna be back outside doing shows soon.
Yeah, definitely. I'm thinking probably maybe August or so.
It seems like
So-
where everybody's going.
Yeah,
August.
like, I'm just trying to like get used to all this again. Like,
That's
'cause
crazy.
we've really been in the house for a year.
Yeah.
You know,
It's-
2020 was a dub. Like nobody went
Nah,
anywhere. You
nah,
know,
nah.
so
Nah.
And to
we-
think that we have to reacclimate.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it's a
insane.
different world now.
That's the other thing. Everything's
that's
a lot
what's
different
crazy.
now too. Yeah.
yeah, and then like you figure the way with the vaccination stuff or what. I don't know if you guys are vaccinated or not.
No.
I'm not
sorry.
either.
I'm not.
We're anti-vaxxers.
I live in Florida, so I'm vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it funky.
MAGA.
I
Did
mean,
Did they
hey,
make
it's-
you
it's-
vaccinate?
Nah, they didn't make me, man. But it's different over here. You know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure that I got vaccinated, and I got kids.
Your lady works in the school system and stuff.
Yeah,
I
she works
mean,
in the school
it's
system.
I always say like to each his own. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
personal
Yeah,
decision.
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not saying that I won't in the future.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
I
I
just
think
want
I
to,
would
like-
if they make it mandatory to fly. Like I'll be like, yeah, shoot me up.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I'm trying
that's
to fly.
definitely eventually going to happen.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I wanted to at least like wait a little while
Right.
just to I want to do my own extensive research on it.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
because now is that
before-
they're getting like some post effects.
Data.
I don't know if y'all saw
Oh, yeah.
like people that
heart
took.
failure.
Yeah,
heart
some
failure,
people
the
are
blood
becoming
clots.
sterile.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
It's crazy. Like,
Wow,
but it's
that's
also
bananas.
I also believe that it's all subjective to the individual.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on inside, so
Exactly.
it'll affect everybody differently.
Yep.
You know.
That's why I
So-
try to be very healthy and.
But that's what the thing is. They skipped the clinical trials and they went straight to like, yeah, we're just gonna dispense this to try to get people sick. Not
Well,
sick.
that's the thing about vaccinations. The first 2 to 3 years
all clinical
the clinical
trials.
trials.
That's what
So
I
right
mean.
now, everybody who's getting vaccinated
Is the
they
research.
are the
trial.
clinical trial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are the research.
Yeah.
You know, as I said,
Good
it's
luck,
a
blood.
personal decision.
I'll
Nah,
let you know if I turn into a Canadian alien.
Please don't. Please don't.
No.
No, but
I'm
I
gonna roll
mean,
up there.
Oh, for that you call us, but not for the baptism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for real,
like,
right?
I'ma
Oh,
roll
right,
up
right.
there.
Canadian
Get
alien
some.
ass motherfucker.
I don't know,
Nah.
but like more power to everybody that's vaccinated. You know,
Yeah.
thank you,
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
thank you. You know,
You're
I
making
just,
it safer for me.
exactly.
But I just want to do a little bit more research
absolutely.
before I do
Nothing
it.
wrong
Not
with
saying I'm not gonna do it in the future. Like I definitely
Yeah.
probably will. You know, just
nothing-
I need a little bit more time.
There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with
yeah.
critical thinking.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just want to just really know what I'm putting in my body.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And what it's gonna do once it's in.
Yeah.
Once it's in you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before we get into 10 shots with VSOP, I want to give a quick shout out to the brother Crisis, and I want to give a big shout out to the brothers Cortez. They are the reason you are actually here today.
Shout out to Cortez
Oh.
and Crisis.
Absolutely, we discovered you on the Cortez album. You were on
My
2
brother
joints.
Yes.
Core.
How did
Word,
y'all
word.
connect?
Oh man. Well, he needed a female for a record, and a mutual friend referred me, and I hit him up. We linked or whatever, and it was just kind of like history. You know, like we just clicked.
Magic.
Corey's a good dude.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
God bless him.
he's so humble,
Yeah.
so amazing, so talented, so just great at what he does.
Yeah.
You know, and he made it so easy for me to go in and do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So
Shout out
much
to
love.
him.
He and I are gonna do another record together.
Awesome.
So
Dope.
for my project, so
Yeah.
Cool.
it's gonna be
Dope.
dope. And
Dope.
Crisis, I just did something with him too for his project that's coming
That's
out.
also
For the
a
new
talent.
one?
Yeah.
Shit, I forgot the name of it.
I-
It's with a J. It's with an A, right? Agave.
Something like that.
It's based off the
I
the
saw
anime.
the artwork.
Yeah,
it looks
yeah,
cool, but
Yeah.
I have a record with him on there.
Dope.
He's a
Shout out
beast,
to Crisis.
man.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's-
to
he's
One Got
talented.
Beats.
He's a pro.
That's their collab album.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Um,
yes.
And shout out to the homie Cortez. You still owe me a battle. Don't forget that.
Oh, God. No, you don't. Don't.
I've been practicing, y'all. I've been
Don't-
training.
You could practice from now until eternity. fam.
Let's get
And
into
shout out to One
Yeah.
Got Beats. He got that new thing that he's doing on iPush Media. And matter of fact, Cortez is his first guest.
Yes,
Oh, word.
yes,
I
absolutely.
forgot the name of the
Dope.
show.
Yes, we
Super
shouted.
dope.
We shouted out iPush Media in the beginning. Y'all go check that out. Check out the
Shout out to
Super
One.
dope.
Instagram. Check out the new series. One Got Beats.
Mhm.
Damn, it's called 10. It's I don't remember what it's called, but definitely he's doing big things. Shout out to him. Shout out
Shouts
to
to One.
Cortez. Shout out to Crisis. Be on the lookout for the
Talented
new Crisis
brother.
album.
Yes.
Be on the lookout for the
BX Crisis.
Cortez videos that are coming out. Damn, y'all haven't spoke about dropping a video to that song?
We are looking to do for Came From the Bottom, because I have 2 joints
Yes,
on
you have 2 on the
Cortez,
album.
but I know we talked about Came From the Bottom. You know,
Came from the bottom, yeah.
we want it to be dope. You know
Right.
what I mean? So we are
Right.
taking our time with it. You know, we were gonna shoot a couple of weeks ago, but we had to push it back. So that's definitely going to happen at some point.
Dope,
Yeah.
dope. We'd love to be there.
Yeah.
Of course.
For sure. Absolutely.
Of course.
Cover
More
it.
the merrier.
So once again, thank you to Yobi for coming through. Everybody make sure you're following at This Is Yobi.
Thanks for having me.
And we're going to get into 10 shots with BSOP. So this brother right here is going to ask you 10 rapid fire questions.
shit.
Answer them with minimal thought, and we'll circle back and
Yeah, we'll go
discuss
back.
the
Okay.
answers.
Okay.
Like he said, these are just based 10 quick questions based on today's interview and past interviews. So
Okay.
10 shots with VS. Here we go. Number 10. Better artist, Rihanna, Beyonce, or Aaliyah? In your opinion, it's all your opinion
Oh my
too.
God.
Who you like better?
Aaliyah.
Good answer.
Ooh.
The best answer.
Facts.
Number 9. Where the best MCs come from? Queens or Brooklyn?
Queens.
Oh,
Controversy.
Number 8. Better artist in your opinion, Mary J. or Lauryn Hill? Who would you take?
Mary J.
Okay. Number 7. Is Jada top 5 dead or alive?
Huh?
Is
Wait.
Jada Kiss top 5 dead or alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
here we go.
very much so. Yeah.
Number 6. Better writer in your opinion, Dream or Neo?
Dream.
Okay. Number 5. Best era in R&B, 80s, 90s, or 2000?
2000.
Okay. All right. In your opinion, what do you like better?
Oh, wait.
perform-
Can we go back on that? Wait.
No go
You
backs,
said
no go backs.
80s. Okay. You said 80s, 90s, 2000s?
R&B.
90s.
90s R&B.
Okay.
No doubt.
I'm going to say 90s.
All right. Number 4, in your opinion, would you like better? Ghostwriting or performing? Like actually doing your own songs?
Performing.
Awesome. Number 3, what's better for you? What you like better? Stage or the studio?
Stage.
Yeah, oh, shit. Number 2, Tupac or DMX?
Tupac.
Okay. Number 1, the one that started it all for us, best MC in hip hop, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas.
Nas.
Ooh.
Oh, Queens.
I love Nas, though.
And
Oh, that's my dream collab. I totally forgot about Nas.
there you
Damn
go,
it.
Nas, holla.
You know,
Nas.
We'll
that is,
take it.
Nas is actually my dream interview.
Dream
Yeah.
collab, Nas.
For real?
Really? Not Jay-Z?
No. Jay-Z gets interviewed too much.
Okay.
Jay-Z's too...
I love Jay, but like,
like you can find Jay-Z quotes and smart shit that he said anywhere. Nas
Right.
is a difficult interview. He's very minimal words.
Yeah.
So to be the one to get like a really dope interview out of him,
True.
that's
That would be
that's the
dope.
dream come true.
And that was 10 shots. So we'll go back. You had you picked Mary J over Lauren.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, you know, Lauren's
There's no wrong
amazing.
answer, by the way.
Lauren's amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
Like
no, of
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, amazing, classic, crazy album.
Mm-hmm.
However, if I need to book her for a show,
Yeah.
Probably a
Crazy.
bad idea.
Mary gonna show up.
Yeah,
Mary
exactly.
gonna come do the Mary dance for
Oh,
3
she
hours.
gonna- She gonna come ready.
Oh,
No,
man.
but I love Lauryn Hill. I love Lauryn Hill.
No, she's amazing.
But ultimately, Mary had a lot of hits. Like a
Yeah.
lot.
I
of
don't
hits.
see who they're gonna if like they ever offer her verses. Who would you put in front of her? I can't think
Nobody.
of anybody besides maybe
Nobody.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even
Maybe,
Lauryn Hill
maybe
wouldn't
Lauren.
But I don't
get, like,
think
fair.
Can't
Yeah.
fuck
Lauren
with
would
her.
have to play the score and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Miseducation.
Yeah.
Mary has what, 10 albums? 12
Mary
albums?
is out of this world.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like,
Yeah,
She's the
for
I have to
queen,
real.
choose
bro.
between
Damn,
the two.
you know what? That's actually an amazing
Argument?
hypothesis.
Yeah.
Who would they put against Mary J.
I don't
Blige?
know. I don't see anybody. The
I
only
don't see anybody.
the
Like
only
Mariah
Mariah
Carey,
Carey.
probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Mariah.
say
Against Mary?
But no, Mariah Carey. Yeah, I mean, just
Yeah,
based
Mariah
on
gets
longevity and hits, like that's the only one that's even comparable.
True.
That's
the
it.
only other
Yeah.
person. Mariah Carey's a good one, but I know this is kind of a stretch because they're somewhat in the same realm. Is Missy?
Nah, I don't think so. It had to be like Mariah.
Or Beyonce.
It had to be something that or maybe Beyonce.
Maybe
I don't know.
Beyonce,
Not even.
But even
Missy's
then-
a lot of R&B.
I was telling
Missy's on
these
a lot of
guys-
R&B.
Yeah, but I don't think she has.
I've spoken about this
20
before.
Hits like Mary J.
Writers, she got a lot of writers credits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
still.
probably Mariah
I've spoken
probably
about
be the
this
only
before.
one, though.
Okay.
Mariah.
Yobi, I went to the Nas and Mary J concert that they did the tour, and like Nas came and went, and that's my man's. Like that's one of my favorite rappers, and Mary was just hit after hit after
I
hit. It
believe
was
it.
crazy.
I believe
It was crazy. Yeah.
She's incredible. Like,
She's
and
the queen
she's
Yeah.
for a reason.
she all her music, every album that she put out, I feel like she reinvented herself in some kind of way. So I feel like that's what keeps her around because she's forever evolving in her music.
And her music ages well.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. Yeah,
You can
Yes.
play What's the 411 right now,
Yep.
and that shit is fire.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Immediately.
Absolutely.
The whole was it My Life
My Life,
album?
That's
Share
my
My
favorite.
What?
World.
My Life
Oh
is
my
my
god.
Yes.
Share my world too.
That's
Like
probably my
she
favorite.
just, I have a acapella on my Instagram of doing I'm going down that
Oh.
like just she's just
I don't know if
incredible.
guys are supposed to like that song, but I fucking love that song. I'm going down and I'm not gonna cry.
Oh,
crazy.
Not Gonna Cry. That was from what Waiting
Not
to
Gonna
Exhale
Cry.
soundtrack. Yeah, that was dope.
Man.
Show.
She
And,
just-
and then she got just the throwback, like feel good music, like Real Love,
Hell yeah.
just
Yeah.
the old hits that you'd be like, damn, Mary.
And the I Can Love You with
Hell
Little
yeah.
Kim. Classic.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
Changes I've been going through.
All that.
Classic.
That shit gives me hype energy.
Classic.
bruh.
So when you tell me Lauryn Hill and Mary, there you go. We just broke it down.
Basically.
Now you went back on the best era for R&B. You originally said 2000s, then you
That's
amended
such a
it
hard
to 90s.
question though.
But what? School me a little bit on 2000s R&B that would make you suggest that. Dream,
Well,
obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I loved Maya.
Oh, my wife, of course.
Maya.
Understandable.
Maya was like,
Shout out to my wifey. I love you.
Maya was Maya.
Yeah, like
Fall-
she has-
falling. Oh.
She has such a distinct sound though. She
Yeah.
didn't sound like anybody. And nobody sounded like
and I
her.
still
Yeah.
love Maya.
Yeah.
Like I still
Yeah,
love her
Maya's the
music.
shit.
So I think back
Easy.
Maya stuff.
Easy.
No doubt. Playboy.
It was that little era.
Yeah,
Of,
nah, she
it,
was-
it was just and then you figure that was probably around the time Keisha Cole came out.
Yeah.
Keisha Cole had mad hits that I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? We hate him. Yes,
Yeah.
girl. We hate him.
When she put Shine on that song,
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
that was my shit.
So it's like there was a lot of dope
2000s.
Neo.
2000s
Her
with
verses,
Neo.
her verses was crazy with Ashanti.
Yeah.
Keisha
Yeah.
Cole and Ashanti. that
Yeah, it
shit
was another one,
bananas.
Ashanti, 2000s.
My
Yeah.
other white
Ashanti
girl.
ran most of
Yeah.
her, you know what I
Early
mean?
2000s.
That
yeah.
was
Yeah.
her, all her.
Yeah.
Like that was her Murder
For real.
Inc.
Yeah.
They were, she was on everything, whether she was writing it
Mm-hmm.
or you know,
And then you had Beyonce.
and even not for nothing,
Yeah.
even J Lo. J-Lo on the 6th album, I still
My third wifey. I gave J-Lo my number. She has yet to
This guy
call
thinks
me,
he's Mark Anthony
but
over
I
here.
never changed my number,
at it.
so there's still hope. And don't
But
be
you
a hater.
figure
No,
Diddy
yeah,
did that
yeah,
album,
yeah.
right? On the 6th? Did he do on the 6th, or he
No,
did the one
was,
after that?
That was like Benny Boom. And
Yeah.
Benny Boom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
So-
did mostly the second album.
The second album, but
Yeah.
yeah, she had some
Shout out to
joints
Benny
like
Boom.
I'm Real, that with Ja Rule, that was dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Now that first album had joints because the first 3 songs I remember loving. I don't remember the names of them, but I remember the first 3 songs on the album.
So
Yeah.
2000s R&B was dope. 90s R&B, that's
Come on.
that's like
I mean,
I'm fucked wittable.
yeah.
come
Can't
on,
fuck
like
with
that's
the 90s
Aaliyah,
R&B.
that's Brandy, that's
Yeah.
Monica,
Mary
Jodeci.
J.
Mary J.
Yeah.
like those are
Jodeci.
like sounds
Boyz
that
II
we'll
Men.
never hear again.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll never
That's
have
why
those
they get
vibes
sampled
again.
and redone
Exactly.
and reworked.
Yeah,
all the
we're
time.
never gonna have those kind of vibes again, ever.
No. All right, so that's a fair enough answer.
Fair.
I just got
fair.
sad.
Shout out
I
to
just got
R&B
sad
though.
inside.
Me too. Y'all talking about all my wifeys.
This guy,
You're
okay.
too
Guy.
funny.
Not one checked up on me yet today.
Not one check.
Keep waiting. man.
Oh man, I ain't changing my number. Never.
Yeah,
She
that's
gonna
true,
call
man.
one day.
One day.
I need R&B song right now.
Yobi, thank you for being here.
Yes.
We
Thank
wish
you
you
for
nothing
having
but
me,
success.
guys.
Good
Awesome.
luck on the album. Good luck on the documentary. Good luck on the
Thank
movies. If
you.
any more modeling comes your way, do it.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
to
I'll try.
Brooklyn. Avoid intestines and frog balls.
Always, at all
Yeah,
costs.
fuck that.
Word, I'm telling you. I'll just
Oh,
Nasty.
shit.
stick to my tacos. I can
Yes.
eat tacos every day.
Yeah.
Shout out to motherfucking taco.
Right?
Who don't love a good
Tacos,
taco?
tacos and pizza. I can eat that every day.
Pizza, that's
Oh,
my shit.
yeah.
You
Pizza.
can make pizza 100 different ways.
Yeah.
What was it that I read the other day? It's okay to fall apart. Tacos do it all the time, and we love them anyway.
Yep, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
Shakespearean quote like.
We're gonna end the show with the love song of the week. So before we do that, y'all brothers got any sign-offs?
You know what it is, man. VSOP. We here all day. LBE, MDMA all day. You know what it is.
Brother Blood.
Word up, word up. You know how we do, man. Show was fucking fire. And Yobi,
Yes.
you are the best. You got
Yeah.
such a dope vibe. I couldn't tell you
You're so
how much
warm,
fun I had
you know,
today.
welcoming.
Thank
Yes,
you.
absolutely.
I
And
had a good
everybody,
time.
go check out that Painful War featuring Mano. That Yobi track. That shit fire.
And they got a video
up-tempo.
too.
And they got the video for it. That's
Yeah.
right.
And they
Check
got
that out.
Yobi, you want to give anybody shout outs?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of working with so many dope artists so far this year. Shout out to the MHC Megahertz. They're an amazing company. They're film/music. So shout out to the artists on there: Shamir, Sid, Fashion, 6'5". Shout out to the features that I'm working with, Frank Ben. Shout out to Cortez. Shout out to Ricky Tan. Everybody that I'm working with, let's make beautiful music and let's continue to push the culture.
Shout
Yes.
out to
And
him.
we
Shout
look
out to
forward to hearing all those collabs. Once again, shout out to the brother
Absolutely.
Crisis, One Got Beats, the homie Cortez. Shout out to the brother Chef Petey Martinez and the Digital Food Truck. If y'all have an event or anything where you need catering, definitely hit him up. He got some Cuban sandwich egg rolls slamming, and he just premiered the Tres Golpes sliders. What? So that's
That shit look
mango,
crazy.
cheese, and salami on a slider. It's like crack on a plate.
Oh,
You
wait.
said-
Can I just say?
Yeah.
I almost forgot. Shout out to
Absolutely.
Crisis too. That's
Yeah.
another feature we got coming.
New album dropping soon.
He's
Make sure
dope.
y'all look out for that.
So
Word up.
look out for that. Let me just throw that
Absolutely.
out.
Shout
And that's
Crisis.
BX Crisis. We interviewed 2 different Crisis.
Yeah, we got
Yes,
BX.
yes.
Oh.
We got Crisis in the
Yeah,
BX
yeah.
and Crisis 201.
That's right. Shout out to both of them, though.
Yeah,
Word
shout
up.
out to both.
Shout out to, yeah, both dope in their own right. Word up.
Absolutely. Let's get into the love song of the week. I'm taking it way back for y'all. Yobi, just so you know, it's every episode I will pick a song. It's not necessarily a love song. It's just a song that I love. It made me feel something. So this week we're taking it back to the 80s, actually.
Oh, shit.
One of my favorite MCs personally ever. He was just in Mexico with the homie, the fan of hip hop, for a wedding. Shout out to the fan of hip hop. Shout out to Slick Rick. This is Mona Lisa, 1988, I believe. The Adventures of Slick Rick.
That's right.
Make sure y'all go check that
Phenomenal
out. The legend
album.
Slick Rick. Much love to him.
Ladies,
That's one of my
and
favorites.
gentlemen, and
And if you never heard this, get your mind right. Go download the album. It's a hip hop classic.
Slick Rick the Ruler.
One of the illest beats.
And MC Ricky D doing their smash hit moment.
1988. Holy
Ricky D.
Anyway, I'd like to take this
I was
time out to
11.
bow before His Divine Majesty.
I was 11. It's terrible.
Your Majesty, can I kiss you?
If you're in the whip, turn it up.
This slaps in the whip.
Oh yeah.
Your Highness.
Once again, shout out to all the graduates. Shout out Tiana. Shout out Ashley. Shout out Envy. Shout out Xiomara going into her senior year.
Right, baby.
Shout out Aaliyah Ray.
Shouts to D. We got you, baby. We
Yes,
got you.
big shout out
My
and love
baby
to
Adi.
D.
Yeah. Baby
Shout out to
Adi.
Adi.
Not much to do. I was chilling downtown with my old school
Baby
crew.
J
I went into
Lee.
a store to buy a slice of pizza and bumped into a girl.
Shout out to all the ladies, all the wives, all the girlfriends, all the moms, all the daughters, all the sisters. Shout out to all the dads. Happy Father's Day.
Happy birthday, J. Marie.
Happy birthday,
you,
J.
Janai.
Marie. Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Black.
The compliment showed she had a mind in her.
Right.
And when I smiled,
With all that
I
being
was
said,
blinded.
this has been episode 70 of the Great American Hip Hop Debate Podcast. I am Brother Burnz. As always, chin up, chest out, carry yourself with honor, carry yourself with pride, and somebody hit my music.
You know, sometimes the tears gotta touch the page. Real rap. Yeah. This one's for the fam. Cuz behind the wall. Build with your bros. We design a fall. Yelling, hold your own. I tell them king and peace. I miss my brother Mag. A letter to the streets. This one's for the fam. Cuz behind the wall. Build with your bros. We design a fall. Yelling, hold your own. I tell them king and peace. I miss my brother Mag. A letter to the streets. Cuz though we was lit, was always in the mix. Got caught cutting class, so you crashed at the crib.
Ask about me, ask about me, ask about me. Ask about me, ask about me, ask about me. Don't give a fuck about what I hate to say, 'cause I've been doing me and that's the only way. They only love you when you on top, 'cause when you hit the bottom, niggas fall back, 'cause they just wanna use you. Like you ain't gotta do.
but yeah.